Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy, and here with me is my co-host, Nick Muley. And we got a great episode for you tonight. This is a film that we have enjoyed talking about in previous episodes, and we decided that since we've been getting some frigid cold weather lately, and there's one horror film that comes to mind when I think about cold weather, and it is my third favorite horror film, John Carpenter's The Thing.
What's up, Jeremy?
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah, classic film though, definitely.
Yep, and this could very well be the greatest horror movie remake of all time. It is a remake of a 1951 sci-fi horror flick, and I believe, yeah, my grandpa actually did see that in theaters when he was in high school with his buddies. So funny enough.
Oh, really?
But
Is that right?
yeah, he always told me that one scared the hell out of him, and I told him, hey, Grandpa, if you think that version is terrifying, like, then you should like look at the 1982 version, which really steps it up.
Indeed, especially since it was made by John Carpenter. I mean, and for a lot of remakes out there, usually I'm not that crazy of, but this definitely is one of the few best remakes to be made.
Oh yes. Yeah. And oh, hang on, something's going on here.
As far as I know, your connection's working fine this time.
Oh no, it's not that. I'm just like I just noticed something on my. It's not connecting on the Facebook. Ah, there it is. Okay, problem solved. Huh. Anyway, yeah, The Thing, it has a lot going for it. It's got a amazingly talented cast led by Kurt Russell and Keith David. And it's worth mentioning, this is one of the very few films that has a completely male cast.
Yeah, it does. There's just there's no female lead or even any brief character. It's all male. You're definitely right on that. See, when it comes to making a movie in the 50s, when it comes to making a movie in the 50s and making it in the 80s, it's almost a guarantee the 80s movie will be better. Yeah, he's right on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's so much that they can like improved on over the original story, the original film. The story, like carry on like a similar story about shape-shifting alien living amongst a small group of people, but they really went all out with the special effects. Oh man, it's like some of the best. Oh, next, Ulrich. How was my Christmas? Christmas was great. Spent it with the family, and got some great things, and gave several great things to my loved ones, including my niece and my nephews. And oh, Nick, last night I saw Avatar in theaters. The
You
Way of the
did?
Water.
How was it?
Yeah, the new Avatar, Way of the Water.
Yeah, how was
it? Was it's as great as the first one. I actually saw it in the this theater, this historical theater nearby me that unfortunately is about to go out of business on New Year's Day. So I decided, you know what,
right?
If this place, yeah, and I figure, you know what, if this place is going to be shut down, I might as well. My last film I'm seeing there might as well be the new Avatar.
It's a good choice to make, that's for sure. It sucks though that they're shutting it down.
Yeah, I'm sad about that. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So I just want to say, hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. Yeah, like despite the frigid cold weather we've been getting for the past few days, but yeah, regardless, it's always nice to spend time with the families.
Definitely is, and like I just said before we got on, Don, for those who are watching, one of the gifts that I got was a brand new office chair. So now I can actually lay back and enjoy being part of these shows. Throughout this year, I was on a smaller chair that was somewhat a little bit comfortable, but it wasn't that great. But I needed something just like the one I had upstairs. So it's good to finally have a much better office chair to sit and relax in, an actual office chair. So it's very, very comfortable. That's why, if you guys haven't noticed before, that's why it looks like I'm kind of laying back right now, because I've needed this for months.
Yeah. It's nice to get a new chair, but I'm sticking to my grandpa Don's old work chair.
Oh my gosh, Jeremy, Watch Nick lean back too far, and we'll see two legs sticking up in the air.
Oh man, now you're making it happen. You're jinxing him now, Jeremy.
Oh
It's
no,
gonna happen. Now.
that's not what I was. That is not what I was thinking. Now, now he's starting something.
Oh man. Oh here, Nick Ulrich says, I went to a few Christmas parties and I was the only one that was not drunk. Oh man.
I was not drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I had a couple of rum and cokes myself. But hey, I wasn't driving home, so I figured why not.
that's the point.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, what's going on? Yeah, we definitely had a great holiday. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get movie theater stuff for cheap when they close.
Oh yeah. That's exactly what we're doing.
Oscar Buster.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing the theater for that theater. I'm guessing this era of COVID-19 wasn't doing well for the business.
Yeah, it's been like that lately for a couple of businesses already.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Kelly from the UK? Good to see you.
Hey,
Thanks for
Kelly.
tuning in.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah,
it is. It's great. Love it.
And he's actually saying something about the movie. He also said that he's glad that they kept the same effects for the title scene.
Oh yeah, for the thing. Yes.
For the thing, yeah.
Yes, and I should note that what they did, how they recreated that title sequence is they used like a fish tank that had smoke coming out of it, and it taped up this one single cell that had the title etched out, and then they took a garbage bag covering that, and then set it ablaze to give it like that burning effect.
Really?
Yep, that's how they did it.
I never knew that. Honest to God, I haven't.
And they had that light shining behind the tank to give it that effect, that glowing effect.
Wow.
Yeah, that along with the smoke.
I honestly thought for the longest time it was animation, like some type of animated title that they made. I had no idea that they actually used that with effects. I thought it was just animated.
Oh yeah. Here. Have you seen the mean one? No, not yet, Sarah. Like it's hard to be able to see that in theaters because it's very limited around here. Like I'm guessing the film industry doesn't really have that much faith in it making big in the box office. Like it's only played around one theater that's like 30 miles away from me. So
yeah, I obviously same with my area. They're not playing it either they're not playing it frequently or they're just not playing it at all. Like nothing local. So it's yeah, you would have to travel quite a distance in order to go see it.
Oh yeah. And thank God I was not the only one. I was the only one that was not well. Whoa, yeah. I'm hoping you're not because like there's no reason anybody should be drinking and driving. I don't care what the situation is. You don't do that. So I'm glad that. So Nick Ulrich, I'm glad you're not drunk driving. Yeah, please avoid that at all costs. Like there's actually an intersection near me that has like a memorial for someone who actually died driving drunk on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, but don't forget, it's also not yet over because with New Year's coming up, there's going to be a couple drunk drivers out on the road. So it's not this. I hate to say it, as I put it, the season of drunk drivers is not over yet for another few days. It's going to happen again. But once we're out of the way with New Year's, it shouldn't be as bad.
Except for St. Patrick's Day.
Well, St. Patrick's Day. Well, yeah, but that's not till March, though. But at least we get a break in between. See, it's amazing what effects you can get without the use of a computer. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sometimes practical effects are the best effects. Even though Avatar, The Way of the Water shows that CGI can be amazing if done well, but sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes practical effects gets the job done that CGI cannot.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, that was my fault.
It's not
streaming anywhere.
Not that I know of. And but I did see the only Grinch that I saw was the animated one with Benedict Cumberbatch. Saw it with my niece and my nephews. I sat with them and watched it on Christmas. Yeah, I just want to be the good uncle. Spend time with them.
Yeah, Nick makes a good point here. Oh yeah, haven't forgotten about New Year's.
Oh yeah. So yeah, let's all be careful out there.
And Jeremy makes another good point right here in the comments. Well, not that one. Yeah, the old. Oh, you're talking about the one from the 50s, Sarah? give her a second to
Yeah,
respond.
because there's
But this is
3
what I
different-
was going to point out. Yeah, there's going to be thousands of drunk drivers.
Undoubtedly, that's the sad reality of it.
Yeah, some people just don't want to learn.
No, man. But yeah, Sarah, there are 3 different versions of the thing. There's the original one from 1951. Yeah, that's the original. The remake that we're discussing here tonight, the 1982 version, and there's also the 2011 prequel to the 1981 version, the one with Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
The cartoon one.
Oh, she's talking about the Grinch. She's talking about the original. Grinch.
Oh, I thought she was talking about the thing. Like, wait a minute, I don't remember ever being there. A cartoon. Okay, yes, Sarah. I'll be honest with you. Yes, I'm also a big fan of the cartoon version of the Grinch, the original one. That's always a classic. Today was the
Blob. We announced that the end of the last podcast it was going to be the thing. We figured because of the frigid cold weather, like below 9-degree weather we've been getting, I'm thinking it's like the Arctic here, and I'm thinking Arctic, the thing.
Well, and the Blob is kind of. I think that takes place more during the summer too. So it looks like it's relatively warm weather. So why not talk about a film that actually neither holiday or anything like that, but does take place basically in the Arctic winter season?
Yes, I'm definitely saving the Blob for summertime. And what was I going to say? Man, I lost my train of thought here.
Like Benedict Cumberbatch as an actor, but I really hate his American accent.
Yeah. I prefer Jim Carrey. You know, I want to watch that one and spend a little quality time with the Grinch.
I actually have something to tell you. You know what's funny about when I saw that when I was in theaters? When it first came out, what was it, 2000, I think?
2000.
2000. Okay, so I think there was some other movie I think I really wanted to watch because I don't know why, but at that time I guess I just wasn't interested in movies as I am now. So it never really filled my vocabulary, but it was part of some school program that we had back in elementary school that we had to go see, and we saw that movie in theaters. So that was fun. It's warmed up here. It's 29 right now in Jeremy's area. It's 23 over here, Jeremy.
Yeah. Wait, what? It's warmed up at 29 right now? Oh,
29 degrees. What's up, Joe? Good to see you.
Hi.
Hi, great to see you. Hey, love that Christmas tree.
Yeah, awesome.
I didn't do anything. It comes that way.
Well, regardless, it looks nice.
Thank you. Sorry I'm running a little late, guys.
No problem.
It's no big deal. There's always time. You know by now that a lot of times with these shows, sometimes we're running late.
Yeah. I was trying to get on time, but I was like, I'm almost. Oh, well. Next time.
Oh, yeah. We were just talking about tonight we're talking about The Thing, but right now a few people were asking me if I've seen The Mean One, which is the new horror version of The Grinch. But
yeah,
I haven't seen it yet because they're like the nearest theater that's showing it is like 30 miles away. It's not really shown.
Oh.
But yeah, I personally prefer a Jim Carrey version.
Really?
Yeah. To me, that is the Grinch right there. Jim Carrey.
I can't wait to see The Mean One.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I hear that the guy who's playing Art the Clown from the Terrifier is playing the Mean One. They won't say the word Grinch because otherwise, they're gonna have a real tough time with
Hey, Greg's on. What's up, Greg?
Hey, Greg.
Sorry, Don.
Yeah. So of course they don't call him the Grinch in the Mean One because otherwise they're gonna have a real tough time with Dr. Seuss's widow. Yep, Sarah, exactly.
Oh,
happy right.
Yeah, because Dr. Seuss's widow is gonna be furious if anybody makes a live action work of her late husband's work ever again. After Cat in the Hat.
Yeah. And yeah, Jeremy, you're probably right on this. He says that we're probably colder in our area because of the lakes, the lake effect.
Oh,
I mean, I'm only about 20 minutes away from Lake Michigan. So it doesn't really matter though. It's still pretty cold over here.
Mm-hmm. So, Jill,
how was your Christmas?
Pretty good. Yeah, we had almost all the family except for my niece wasn't able to make it, but one of them. But other than that, it was good. And, everyone had to wait hours to eat because I was cooking.
we had the same situation. My sister and my brother-in-law were taking long time with that turkey. So.
What? It's just too bad.
I know how that is.
It's too
Yeah.
bad no shows were running on Christmas Day because you could have been watching while you're cooking, your usual routine.
I had Christmas songs on, so that was good enough.
Jeremy's like, no surprise there.
You called it, Jeremy.
But yeah, so Jill, tonight we, as you know, we were discussing John Carpenter's The Thing, my third favorite horror film, and also it's also worth noting that I think what led to John Carpenter to like direct this is because he played, if you remember, guys, they played a bit of The Thing, the original version of The Thing on Halloween when Lindsay was like watching that on TV in one scene.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah, so
That's true.
and this is like the one that and so what I made my Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve.
You know what? My dad kind of did that. My dad kind of did that too on Christmas Eve, but the next day though he was still cooking. So only half of that we had to wait.
One of these years I'm gonna go get Chinese food or something.
Yeah, just like in Christmas Story.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. So yeah, like I wanted to mention, yeah, this is like John Carpenter's, like, of all the, he actually stated in an interview that out of all the films that he's done, this was his favorite one to work on, and it's easy to see. I mean, like there's just about everything in there: the isolation, the paranoia, like the whole theme about what was that word I'm looking for? Deterioration of humanity. Deterioration of humanity. Yeah.
All right.
What about the explosions? Like all the explosions, the dynamite.
Yeah, that was like more near the ending, but those are pretty crazy.
Well,
but
okay,
yeah, those
fire,
are pretty. Oh yeah, yeah. That's it. Because the Thing, this creature that has the ability to assimilate anybody that it kills, completely mimicking its like and it's like weakened by fire. That's like the only known weakness that it has. And so, yeah, always keep a good flamethrower handy when dealing with these things.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, and this creature could perfectly imitate anybody that it comes in physical contact with. Like one good example of this in like a more modern cinema is the T-1000 in Terminator 2. Like it's kind of like that. Only hey Brad, only in a much more gory, graphic way.
Indeed.
And it takes so much longer to transform. So it kind of reminded me of the werewolf that we did.
Was that an American Werewolf in London?
Yes, the American Werewolf. The transformation, it like takes a while.
Oh yeah, those were great effects as well. You know, we covered that on one previous episode, but yeah, that is. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up as well. Oh, here, Jeremy's saying The Thing was an adaptation of Who Goes There, a novella written by John W. Campbell in 1938. Yes, that is true.
Which is ironic because when you think of when it was written that year, not necessarily that there's a connection to it, but 1938 was also when they had the broadcast of the War of the Worlds, when everybody thought it was an actual invasion that was going on. So I kind of see almost like a similarity between, no connection whatsoever, but just it's kind of interesting to see that was written. They both occurred the same year.
Oh, here. You definitely need to call Firefly for backup. Yeah, he's referring. Yeah, Nick, he's referring to the DC like a villain, like a Batman villain. In there's this character named Garfield Lynns who is a pyromaniac. He's like one of his arsons had burnt, one of his arson incidents burned him from head to toe. So he's like, he created this metal suit with a jetpack, and he carries a flamethrower. And yeah, he's an arsonist. He's a pyromaniac.
What's this from?
It's from DC Comics. He's like DC Comics. He's more like a Batman villain. I fought against him in Batman Arkham Knight, the game.
Because anytime I hear Firefly, the only thing I could think of when it comes to when Nick's first said that, I was thinking something like involving from the video game The Last of Us with the Fireflies.
Oh
yeah, because and they also had him briefly appear in one episode of there was one episode focused on him in Arrow, but and so if Firefly were there in The Thing, that would probably be the only good thing he's ever done for humanity, saving the human race from a shape-shifting alien.
Right. Excuse me. Sorry.
Burning on 90% of his body. Yep, that's true.
Oh,
yeah.
Brad's got something here. Something about some character. Good game for you.
Yeah, Arkham Knight was such a good game, Don. Yes, it was. I can't believe it's been already almost 8 years since that game came out. Man.
What does Sarah mean by this? Does he like lasagna? What is she talking about?
Garfield likes lasagna.
like Garfield Lens. That's Firefly's real name.
Yeah.
And yeah. So what I should mention, this film came out, surprised. I was actually shocked when I found out it was a box office bomb. Like, it wasn't taken very seriously in theaters. So like I'm at a loss. Like how could something like this be panned by critics and audiences? But then when the film got released in home video, that's when the popularity skyrocketed and it got the praise that it deserves.
Yeah. It's for a film like that had such great special effects for it to be first turned down. It's that kind of thing, almost like you kind of would wonder for yourself, how on earth did I go wrong when I made this film? Yeah. Like, how did it fail at first? I mean, yeah, it did get a lot of success eventually, but how did it fail first wise? So that's something I often question when it comes to certain films.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like the Night of the Living Dead remake from 1990, that was also panned, but I feel like it didn't deserve it. So, there are other examples of this out there.
Speaking of games, I got my Super NES working again. Oh, you figure out the problem. That's great, Jeremy.
All right, nice.
Still miss
oh, yeah. The voice
Do you
of
think
Batman.
sometimes society's just not ready for something like that? And then, like, as time goes on, then people get into that kind of genre and give it a chance.
Yeah. I think in some way, yes, because it's something that they probably have never seen before. And I actually do have to point this out, Don. This actually has something to do with, with this film. Actually, Stuart Gordon, who directed Reanimator and a number of H.P. Lovecraft films. He at one point also, before he passed, he once said in an interview that he really thinks that John Carpenter's The Thing is just brilliant. But what's even more amazing is that he believed that it even inspired him to make one of his other H.P. Lovecraft adaptations of that movie, From Beyond. Because if you look between both movies, there's kind of a similarity to effects and similar creatures, if you will. So From Beyond is kind of like Lovecraft's version of The Thing in a way, even though that was made before the story for The Thing was written.
Oh yeah, I can kind of see that.
See a similarity, though, definitely.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. But I just love how this film tackles the idea of you just can't trust whoever is next to you, because once this thing has assimilated someone, without you knowing, you don't know who's who.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and let's see. So yeah, this film focuses on
It's just like my jokes; they don't get the recognition they deserve.
Never appreciated.
Yeah, I kind of figured that, Brad.
I'm writing a script about Brad.
Jeremy, please let me know.
Not commenting.
I was gonna say, Jeremy, please let me know who's gonna be playing the ex-wife. Let me know. If I'm gonna be working on this film with you, you gotta let me know first.
I'll play her.
Oh my
God. Jeremy, that's a Richard Marx song.
Oh my God.
So wretched excess is how the movie was described.
Man, it was panned by critics, like I said. This movie focuses on a group of scientists at an Antarctic research station. It's very remote, and they come into contact with Sarah got the joke.
Sarah got the joke.
Yes, and then they are being menaced by an alien creature that can assimilate anybody that it kills, and not just people. But it started off as a dog. It was a husky being chased. That's how the film opens. It is a husky.
Was it the husky?
Yeah, there was a husky that's being chased by a helicopter being piloted by by some Norwegians who came from a Norwegian outpost like nearby.
Mm-hmm.
And that film really gets your brain going, like wondering why all this is happening. What's going on? Like, why are they shooting at this husky? And then when they come across, when they finally land at the American outpost, like there are two, like the one that was shooting, like accidentally blew up his own helicopter when a grenade fell out of his hand. He tried to throw it.
That's
But
right.
then he picks up his gun and like starts like speaking Norwegian. Nobody understands him. Then starts shooting at the dog.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's clearly he wants this dog dead, and not the people, not the guys at the station, because he walked right by McCready and Bennings at one point. It's like, he could have killed them, but he didn't. No, he wanted that dog dead. And remember when I said that he spoke Norwegian right before shooting again, when he was like getting angry, I actually had that translated from Norwegian to English.
Awesome.
And yep. And let me pull up what exactly what he said. Hang on. Oh, here it is.
While you're doing that, Sarah's got a question.
Oh, wait. Did they figure out the origin of the shape-shifting entity? What is it, aliens or Native American thing? This alien definitely came from space.
UFO.
Yeah,
extraterrestrial.
Yeah, they actually explained that this thing had crash landed on its ship 100,000 years before.
Yeah, there you go. 100,000?
100,000 years ago.
100,000 years before the start of this film. Yep. 100,000 years before the start of this film, and this thing could have taken shapes and killed and taken forms of all kinds of different alien races throughout many different planets. So as far as what this thing looked like originally, no one knows.
It's basically almost like
a mutating alien.
Well, not even just that, almost like really a formless alien alien that can't take any form but doesn't have a true form of its own.
It's like a parasite.
Yeah, it has.
Exactly. It's a parasite. Oh, it looks like we got a new viewer here from YouTube, Don. Oh. DJ Evan C.
The Thing is one of the best and greatest sci-fi horror movies ever made. Yes.
Well, DJ, welcome to Fear Fans. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And Jeremy makes a good point. He showed the spaceship right at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Brad, here he goes.
That's my fin Jill. Yep. So yeah, basically, so the whole idea of this creature can assimilate, like perfectly mimic voice. It would perfectly mimic voices and physical appearances. It's like, in my case, I can mimic other voices, as I've demonstrated on this podcast before. I have yet to mimic physical appearances. I'm not that good yet. One day.
I think it's time I should get the flamethrower out. How do we not know you're the Thing?
I'm the Thing. I'm the alien. That's another thing in the movie. It's like you said that they don't trust one another because they're like, you don't know who to trust, who's mimicking and who's part of the Thing. But I think when they were doing the blood testing, it's like they don't even know themselves. Am I an alien? Like they were like kind of curious to see the result.
Yeah.
Well, and it's kind of true. It's really that kind of situation where not only can you not trust anybody, you can't even trust yourself.
Right.
Yep. Oh, here. I found it. I wanted to go over, tell you what the translation was, what that Norwegian was saying right before he started shooting again after that helicopter blew up. Yeah. When he got extremely angry.
Show us.
Okay. The translation, basically what he said is, get the hell away. That's not a dog. It is a thing that's imitating a dog. It's not real. Get away, you idiots. So he was trying to warn them.
Oh, wow. And they, of course, they didn't understand that they couldn't understand what he was saying, that it's Norwegian.
Yep. Man. So he died trying to do the right thing, like by trying to stop this alien, but they couldn't understand Norwegian. They thought he was a total nutcase.
Yeah, I was thinking when they were trying to defend themselves, seeing that he's just it just looks like he's attacking. They're not sure what's going on. They don't know that he's after the dog. So they don't know if they need to defend themselves. So they start shooting back. And it's like, why kill a person that you need to question though? Like, I would be like, I would shoot you in the leg or take you down, but I wouldn't kill you to the point of death. So that way I can be like, dude, what's going on? Why are you shooting at us? And why are you trying to kill this animal? Like, what's going on?
The movie is great storytelling in terms of isolation, paranoia, and hysteria. What's this thing that DJ is saying? Tomorrow is the Thing.
The Thing.
Not sure what DJ's talking here. He just says, trust no one.
The thing could be arriving tomorrow.
Yeah.
You don't know. It could be arriving
That's
tomorrow.
That's the theme of the thing. It's like, it's here. It could be you. You're probably a thing right now.
Yep.
But
so
yeah.
apparently DJ Evan C is saying that the thing is arriving tomorrow. So I got to make sure my flamethrower in my closet's ready.
Yeah, everybody.
How do we not know? Do we not know it could be you?
How do we not know it's you?
Yeah.
What
if you say it's you?
Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, thank you for joining us. Yeah. I wanted to bring up. I wanted to bring up.
Oh my God, this is great! I'm sorry, Don.
Oh,
tomorrow's the day. The next day is the things. That is awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, Spaceballs the flamethrower. If you've seen Spaceballs, Nick, you would get it if you saw Spaceballs.
I've only seen ever parts of it. I haven't seen the whole thing. I've seen parts of it.
It was the merchandising scene. I'll show you that movie.
Flamethrowers used for toasting marshmallows for a crowd. Nick's is like, I need to shave that.
Yeah, I wanted to mention the cast of this film. So we got Kurt Russell, who was who plays McCready, and he was so dedicated to this role. He actually spent a year growing his hair and beard for the part of McCready.
I love him.
I kind of figured that he grew it.
Oh yeah, and he's done several works with John Carpenter and other films, like he played. Let's see, what was his name? Snake in Escape from New York and Escape from L.A. He played stuntman, the stuntman from what was it? Death Proof, the Quentin Tarantino film. He was in several Quentin Tarantino films as well. So yeah, this guy's been doing a lot. And
he's had quite the career.
Yep, I believe. Let's see. He was John in The Hateful Eight. He was also Jack in Big Trouble in Little China, another John Carpenter film.
Escape from New York and its sequel, Escape from L.A.
Was he in Overboard?
So. Yeah, he was. I'm actually looking on the Wikipedia page. Looking on the Wikipedia page right now. He was also in Used Cars, The Best of Times, Tango Cash, Backdraft, Tombstone, Stargate, to name
a million movies.
There's more. I just only named a few of them.
Oh golly,
he's made a career out of himself. And also another big name that is in this film is Keith David. You may not. I'm not sure if you heard his name, but you've seen a lot of his work. Chances are, he was also in another John Carpenter film after this one called They Live. He was.
They Live. Oh my God.
Oh, you need to do that on here.
Yes. You know what we need to do, Don? We need to say that famous line once we get onto the show and we talk about that episode. And get your sunglasses on for that episode.
Will do, my friend.
Let's remember that. You take that out, write that on your notes as a reminder.
And so he's also done voices in characters in TV shows, like he was the president in Rick and Morty.
Oh, awesome! I didn't know that.
He really did that?
Yes, that was him.
Oh,
yeah. He was also was in one episode of Archer. He played Lana's dad in Archer.
I can see that.
What?
I could see that, like him being a voice on Archer.
Yep. And Nick, you said you haven't seen Archer, but I highly recommend it. It is perfectly outrageously funny.
I know it is, but there's so much to watch nowadays. It's hard for me to keep up with everything.
We still have to see Wednesday on our watch party.
Yeah, see?
Yes.
She just brought up Wednesday. That's
we're gonna see Wednesday soon. We're gonna see Wednesday soon. Yes.
Okay.
And let's see. He also did voices in video games too. Like most notable one, it was when he did the voice of the Arbiter from the Halo games.
Wow.
Yep. And also he's done a couple of voices in the Call of Duty franchise. So he's done a lot of voice work.
And everything.
Oh yeah.
Sarah's like it took him a year. I think that was in response to when you were saying about that he grew his hair out for that film.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's serious dedication right there. Like growing facial hair like that. Like man.
See, the creator of Rick and Morty made a fun game. I don't know what game he's talking about.
Justin Roiland.
By the time we get done with this film watch party list, we're gonna have our own. Oh my God, film festival! Wouldn't that be cool as hell?
Oh yeah,
that's an idea. Write that down.
Yep, for sure.
It's called High on Life. That's what is that the game? Is that what it's called, Brad? I'm
gonna have to look that up. High on Life, because Justin Roiland, he's hilarious, and if he made a video game, I gotta see.
Hell yeah, but no, seriously though, this idea of a film festival that would be cool as hell to do.
Oh yeah.
We got to take it out to Jill's area so she could start hanging out with us more, since she's all the way out in California.
California.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at this, guys. The TFF, Things Film Festival.
Oh, look at all these ideas.
I like it.
There you
Jeremy, I have to admit, I actually like that name. That's a good one.
I'm gonna have to get my journal and write stuff down.
Yep.
You know what? It's all, hey, you know what? Even if we forget, this is being recorded, so we can just go back to this episode and watch it then.
Yep. We're at the 35-minute mark, so we'll have to look back.
35-minute.
Yeah.
Go to Scarefest. I was supposed to go to Scarefest earlier this year. I think that's down in Kentucky, but I think that might have been the same weekend as when I went to the Perry Unity Con out in Indiana.
Oh yeah, and so we're just going to remember the 35-minute mark, so that way we'll know to go back to that part of it. So look at this. Yeah,
I wouldn't even know how to go about it. Well, you know what? You know who would be great of helping him out for a film festival? Don would be Tom McNicholas, since he's ran film festivals before.
I could see that. I agree with that. And let's see. Greg's not doing the show, so we have all night. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Okay, wait, who's messaging me? Oh, Brad. He's sending me a video. I think of that game that he's talking about.
Yeah, Brad. I'm sure you probably know this by now, Don. Brad, we'll send you links during the show. And yes, as I was picking up the phone, I just got the link too.
Oh, nice.
So, yep, I got it, Brad. In case you ask.
Oh, Nick, I wanted to mention too. Another star in this film is let's see, Wilford Brimley. He plays Blair, the doctor, in this, and the actor was like parodied a lot in Family Guy.
Really? Wait, which person? I'm sorry.
Wilford Brimley.
Oh, Wilford Brimley. I think I remember some of the skits that they made with him.
Yeah, except I don't really laugh at those skits anymore because he actually did die from his diabetes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, so those jokes did not really age well.
What the hell is this? What's this? This will be the last time I appear in any comments. I enter witness protection tomorrow to hide from Adrian.
Adrian Barbeau?
Oh my God. I'm sorry, Don. Go ahead. I got to say this right after you're done saying, though.
Is he talking about Adrian Barbeau from the film?
Because, no, our Adrian from our network, Adrian Clayton, who was on she's one of the show hosts on Supernatural Talk with me. And she was briefly on your show the other day, too, if you remember.
I think so.
To make a long story short, what he means is that we were doing a show. What was it, last week, Jill? I think it was last
Thursday.
Last Thursday. And what happened was there was like some conversation that was going on that we were having. And Adrian said for once she agreed with Brad. And that just
oh my gosh.
And Brad just like went nuts over it. And he actually made Jill, did he send you a video of like supposedly he thought about making
a mini film?
He posted a video like this of that clip of her saying that he agrees with that Adrian agrees with him. And he's like always saying, I'm definitely going into witness protection for this one. I said, you better run.
Yep. Run, flee the country, change your name. Oh, here. Nick Selrick, I'll be at the festival as a mystery guest. Okay, see you there.
Isn't Nick's, I thought didn't he live in Chicago? I can't remember.
I believe he did mention that, yes. Here, Kurt Russell is not only RJ McCready, but also Snake Plissken in two of my favorite action movie heroes. So those two characters are two of his favorite action movie heroes. Yeah, not bad choices. Good. Let's see. What else?
Oh, really? So, I'm sorry, there's one. This is an interesting. We got our first viewer from LinkedIn. What's up, Richard?
Hi, Richard.
Hi there.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so what I meant for was that Adrian Barbeau, she actually is in this film, but just in a bit part. She plays the voice of the chess computer voice that McCready was he's playing that computer chess game. The voice from that computer was hers. Yeah. Adrian Barbeau. Yeah, Adrian Barbeau. She's actress and John Carpenter's ex-wife.
Wow.
And I should also bring this up. Like when I was at a convention about over a decade ago, when I met John Carpenter, he was like doing a panel discussion, answering questions from fans. One person in the audience actually asked, "So how are you? And how is everything with Adrian Barbeau, do you speak to her anymore? And he said, next question. And I'm just thinking, that's just dumb. I mean, why would you even ask that? I mean, do you really think he's going to want, it's like, really? You seriously think he's going to want to talk about his ex-wife?
Oh, Don, be careful what you're saying
Maybe.
involving ex-wives. You know Brett's going to bring that up.
What I'm trying to say is that it was kind of dumb for that guy in the audience to bring that up. But
yeah, I know.
But I will say that I want to say this though. When I met John Carpenter, I told him that I was going to WKU at the time. I've graduated since, obviously, but then he asked me how the film department was doing. I told him about the classes, the editing labs, the technology that we're using for editing, and he liked what I had to say.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, unforgettable experience meeting that guy. Great guy.
We see he needs prayer post from Kelly, and it's a good day post from Adrian. We'll know that she got to him. Oh my
Checkmate.
God.
He actually does bring up a good point. DJ Evans C. He says Keith David was also Spawn. Yes, there was a animated HBO series back in the 90s. Very good one, I should mention. For Spawn, it's a comic book series by Todd McFarlane.
Mhm.
Yeah, where Spawn is like a soldier turned hitman for hire who was killed by his boss and then comes back as a hell spawn by the demon lord Malbosia, who struck a deal with him saying that he gets to see his wife and his wife again if he's basically becomes Spawn, like hell's greatest soldier. But the devil, this creature had tricked him because he comes back to Earth to find out that his wife had moved on and had a kid. He's remarried. So, yeah, never trust demons ever.
Never.
Lie.
Anthony, no, it's not an actual event that we're putting together here. It's just an idea that we were just talking about. It's not nothing set up yet. It was just an idea that we just had involving this event. I'm hoping we can make it happen.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Bringing up ex-wives will bring Brad up like Beetlejuice. I love that. That's awesome.
Oh,
Okay,
here
there you go.
Here it is. I did
That's
it.
why I don't trust the ex-Don. Never trust Dreamers.
Oh my god.
Nope.
Let's see. Let's go back to the actors of this film. There was one other actor that I feel like I should mention. There's the actor who played Copper. Let's see. His name was Richard Dysnard. I keep having a hard time pronouncing his last name. But the only other film that I have seen him in was called Prophecy, which was back from 1979. It had Adrian from Rocky in it, and it would focus on a mutated grizzly bear that was on a murderous rampage in Maine.
I thought I've heard of a movie like that previously.
Yeah,
I'm
Prophecy.
gonna have to watch that.
And this mutant grizzly bear is played by the same guy, Kevin Peter Hall, who played Predator in Predator. This huge guy. Yeah, that was him. Oh Jesus! Okay. All right.
Oh, what the hell is this? Tech.
And Castaway suffered the same fate. Oh, they're referring to Spawn. Like when I talked about Spawn, how.
This is kind of interesting, Don. We're starting to. I just want to bring this up. We're starting to see viewers from some of the other platforms. Remember how I said we had someone from LinkedIn? This is somebody from Twitch.
Yep.
This is starting to get interesting.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you don't cast to all of the platforms, right? So when you do, then you're going to get your viewers to pick up.
Oh yeah, I try to send this podcast out to as many platforms as possible. Like Facebook, Twitter. Let's see, and like you said, Twitch. So LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
We're going to be on. Hopefully, we'll be on. Jeremy hasn't set it up yet. I know he has his own account, but Jill, as you know, he's trying to set up TikTok for us. I know we're supposed to be on Rumble. And Don, if you remember when we were on, remember when I told you that Jeremy set up with Vimeo? Remember that?
Oh,
he set up an account with Vimeo. Unfortunately, it wasn't working out, so we had to drop Vimeo out. So
send the stream out to MySpace.
Jill, you remember that conversation we had with MySpace?
Not gonna happen.
You know what? Actually, Don, it may actually work broadcasting on MySpace because when our Supernatural talk chat, we were talking about MySpace, and Jill was part of the conversation.
Yeah, everyone was on board to get a new one.
Everyone was looking. Of course, I never had one, but everybody else, I think, including you, Jill, you guys were looking for your old MySpace accounts.
They deleted it.
No.
Yeah. And wanted to say also more about the whole fire weakness that the thing has. They kind of did hint at that at the beginning, like when they were investigating like the wreckage, the charred remains of the helicopter, of the Norwegian helicopter exploded. So McCready said that they were uncovered what's left about kerosene, about 15 cans full of it. And I'm just thinking, why would anybody want to need to be carrying that much kerosene? Unless you're like trying to burn something.
Right.
Yeah. So this movie does do a good job at hinting some things. You got to look for those hints.
Well,
DJ
what about
says he's watching it right now.
Oh, nice.
Check that out.
Yeah, cool.
Wait.
What about the scene when they're like, MacReady says, go get the flamethrower. It's like, well, how did he know? But it's because he had gone to the Norwegian base and saw that flame was a big part of something in there in that picture. So he's like, maybe that has something to do with it. I think it doesn't really say that. It's just like a foreshadowing of his gears working of, maybe a flamethrower will be useful since they flamed out the whole base over there.
Oh yeah. When we figured out they flamed the whole base and found the charred remains of this thing that they call that fans are calling that the fans are calling split face. And
good one.
Two different faces. They do explain all that how that happens in the 2011 prequel. So I do give the 2011 prequel some credit for having like consistency, like with how things looked in the 1982 version, like what led to that, so
yeah.
Here, me and Firefly are waiting for it.
Damn it, Brad. I'm sorry. I just had to show that comment that Brad's like, flamethrowers don't work on X's. It just makes them angry.
We don't die. We just mutate.
We evolve. So Jeremy's saying, I thought it was awesome that they made a prequel based on the Norwegian camp and pretty much keep continuity. Yeah, they do. They do a great job with that.
Yeah,
they do a great job with that, along with the how what led to like that suit, the suit with the body that was found in there with his throat slit and the wrist cuts. The suicide. What led to that, and also what led to that Norwegian like. That was like a shooting and everything, and like only speaking Norwegian. That's because he was like part of that. He was like the only one in that Norwegian camp who didn't speak English, just Norwegian.
Well, yeah, exactly. I was going to say he's coming from a Norwegian camp, so I would assume that probably whoever was in that camp wouldn't speak English most of the time.
Oh yeah, most of the other members of that camp were bilingual with English and Norwegian. So,
well, had he successfully communicated, we need to kill this alien, not each other. I'm not trying to kill you. There would have been no movie. So
then there'd be no movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and especially the one where alien body and human body were merged and melted together. Yeah, like that was Split Face.
Yeah,
and I also like how the prequel also explored the idea of how the thing could assimilate human tissue and organs, but it can't assimilate inorganic material such as metal. So this thing spits out it spit out these tooth fillings, because a lot of people in the 80s had like metal tooth fillings back then. Like I have fillings, but they're not metal. They're like hardened gel. It's a hardened gel. So
some people did play some sports, which of course sometimes got their teeth knocked out of.
Oh yeah, and also there was one part where there was a titanium plate that one of the characters who was assimilated had like in his arm, so the thing couldn't assimilate that, so it spat that out. So it's then Mary Elizabeth Winstead asked, so why, if this was in his arm, why is it out of it now? So I liked how they explored that idea. I actually know someone personally who has a plate like in his body, like because he broke his leg a long time ago. So
wow,
yeah, it's amazing how we still have that.
Yeah.
What else was there?
I'm looking at any other comments, like if there were any other questions that we might have missed.
I have a question. So like when they find the one that plays the cook on the roller skates, when he he's like, someone left their drawers in the trash bin. So what's that all about with the clothing?
This creature like it rips through people's clothes when it assimilates through them. They're like, yeah,
Okay.
the clothes are in the way, so he rips through that.
Okay. So,
And,
and then
like,
he just discards it.
discards them, finds another pair of
Okay.
clothes to fit that. So that's like one. So yeah, they have that. You know, like leaving clothes behind. That's like a key that someone among you is not who they say they are.
Because
And-
they tried to frame McReady with the torn clothing.
Yep.
Because so to me, like this parasite alien, however it keeps, changing over, it's very highly intelligent
Oh yeah,
to be able
And,
to try to trick you.
yes, and I should mention, like you said, Null's like the cook of the
Mhm.
at that outpost. He like rollerblading a kitchen. That seems like a pretty big safety hazard.
Well, not more than anything else.
It's the
That's quite an
times.
imaginary. That's quite an interesting thing to do while you're in Antarctica.
Well, I mean, he's got these long halls to go down through, so it may as well skate through.
Oh my
that's
God.
true.
I'm sorry that Brad, what Brad just said, I would send you a picture of my ex to show you, but I don't want to scar you for life. And like, you are terrible.
So the picture of that, you get the same reaction as if like your 7 days are up after seeing that videotape in the ring. In the ring.
Watch out, Brad.
Yep, the exact same thing happens. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to go into the practical the effects in this. They did a phenomenal job, like with the creature effects. Like I don't care what the critics. I don't care what the critics originally said in the beginning. They actually, wow, they like Rob Bottin, who did those effects. He deserved, like, he did a phenomenal work. That's terrible, Don. Yep, I know I am.
Brad, and you know all too well I don't have a wife.
Oh, Jesus.
You had to bring up the ring. You know, I knew he was going to bring something up about
the ring.
So,
unintended.
Yeah. So this creature, like, it's like everybody keeps wondering what its original form was. I remember in 2011 prequel where they when they first found the thing, the way it's shaped, it looked like it was insect like. And I gotta say, it looked very suspiciously similar to the arachnid aliens from Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I'm just wondering if they just when they made the 2011 prequel, when they just saw Starship Troopers and just like based it off of that. I don't know, but
that would be a fun podcast. I like that one.
Yeah, Starship Troopers, it might work on this podcast. I'll consider I will consider it.
Well, it's this. Dick Warlock, who played Michael Myers in Halloween 2, is the stunt coordinator for the thing.
Oh, nice. Dick Warlock. I didn't even know that. Wow.
Red rock ring.
No, he's done great work. I mean, he's done great work for John Carpenter. So yeah, I'm not surprised that he had him on this as well. Have you seen Violent Night yet? Yes, I have. I saw it over a week ago, and I enjoyed it. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. You know, David Harbour is hilarious in it.
Yeah, Brad's been wanting me to watch it because I don't know if you saw the other night, Don, on Christmas night. I made a post saying, that it may have been over. But I was watching and listening to Yule-log, and Brad's like, you should be watching Violent Night. Heck, I was exhausted by the time that I was listening to Yule-log. I knew that was going to have to wait another day.
Yeah.
Did it replace Die Hard for you?
Nope. Nope. Die Hard is still number one with Christmas Story being a close second.
See, people say the xenomorph is the perfect alien, but it can be killed. The thing is a much harder alien to kill or even detect. He's absolutely right on that.
It's true, because you could set this thing on fire, but you have to make sure that all of its cells are killed, because when they when they brought in the remains, like try to store them away, and which led to Bennings's assimilation and / death, and where they didn't make sure the cells were completely dead. They had to burn that thing. They should have burned that thing even more. But they said, "Oh, we can't burn the Find of the Century." Yeah, the Find of the Century is going to end all of you if you don't.
It's
Nick
hard
says
to
that he fell asleep at the end of Violent Night.
It's hard to completely kill because I feel like them being where they are, I mean, it's like this freezing Antarctica. It has a better chance of survival, even with the flames killing it. You know, the snow and the drifts and the cold, sub-freezing air, it's allowing it to continue to defeat the fire.
It's funny to think. You look at a place like Antarctica, which is literally the coldest, driest, continent in the entire world, and is an area that's relatively uninhabited, very hostile to humans.
Yeah.
But in this case, with this creature, it's completely the opposite. I mean, when I mean it's very cold and hostile, Antarctica is, I mean, it is true. It's literally the coldest. I mean, they always say the top of the world, the Arctic area is cold, but it's not as cold as it is on the bottom. So Antarctica is literally colder than anywhere else, and for it to harbor such a creature like that is just, I don't know exactly how to really say it. It's just bizarre that the most harshest area, coldest area on Earth could be beneficial to an extra, even if it's parasitic, to an extraterrestrial being.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and also, I have
a story about Antarctica.
Oh,
and what's this?
You wrote a story.
And what's this thing that Anthony keeps bringing up? Slime is alive.
Slime.
Oh, you know what?
The blob.
He's referring to the scene in this film where the burn remains of the thing was not where the cells were not completely dead, but were reactivated, like took this form of a slime, which then assimilated Bennings. But luckily they caught like the assimilated Bennings in time before it could finish. Like his hands were not fully assimilated. And also, one thing I'll never forget is those unearthly like ground like noise that the thing makes.
Oh my god!
That roars.
It's just like this even though he looks human, it's just this inhuman, almost mechanical kind of sound that it makes. It's really bizarre, very inhuman sounding.
Oh, yeah. I'd be interested in seeing something where they show all the background of like the special effects creations and the sound effects creations.
Oh yeah,
time.
So didn't Siberia register a colder temp than Antarctica? Oh wait, no, Jeremy just answered his question. Yeah, it's Antarctica. I was gonna say I think Antarctica is colder than Siberia is. I know it gets pretty cold out in Siberia and even some areas of Russia, but I think Antarctica tops it all.
Yeah. And so the man who did the special effects in this film, like I said, was Bob Bottin, and he was in his early 20s at the time when this film was in production. So
he's got to have been the youngest person to have been involved then, because you could see everybody else is like in their 30s, 40s, maybe early 50s.
Oh yeah, the man definitely has talent at a young age, no doubt.
Well, you can really say compared to everybody else, you might as well say the kid had talent since he was younger than everybody else. So you have all these other older folks, well, you might as well call him a kid at that point.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he's also done some work for as far as special effects, he's done work for The Howling, RoboCop, Total Recall, and Mission Impossible. So he's got quite a resume.
DJ says, I ate extraterrestrials. That are unkillable.
Oh yeah, you never want.
Yeah, well, for a creature like this, which is a parasitic, almost like a parasitic alien. I mean, what?
Yeah, the way this. No,
the missing milk card. This goes back to the whole thing with Adrian.
Yeah, okay, enough. But here.
That's what I was trying to click on.
Oh,
old makeup artists for horror movies are best over any of new ones.
Oh yeah, so a lot of the practical effects do age well. There's tons of examples for that. The Thing is one of my favorite examples as far as horror films, and and also, there's practical effects for like Predator too. Like those were amazing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Predator we're definitely covering, definitely, and. What else? Oh yeah, like I just love like where they go inside the Norwegian camp, just completely find it trash, the holes in the walls, and then they find the area where they first dug this creature up, like where its ship was, and and discovered that the ice that it's buried in is at least 100,000 years old. So that's why this thing, like once it crashed there, it just froze there. When it got out of the ship.
It was basically in suspended animation.
Yeah, that is until the Norwegians dug it up.
It kind of reminds me of that X-Files movie.
Yeah, I was going to say,
UFOs underground.
I could have sworn that it could have inspired I think it was, probably an X-Files episode or a movie.
It was an episode.
I think they made it into the movie part 2. Into the movie. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see the movie. I'm only familiar with the show.
Okay.
Yeah, but well, what else was there? Let's see.
Completely inspired.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the kennel scene where.
Oh my gosh, that scene! Oh
yeah, that's where they really set the mood for as far as the effects and oh man, the brutal gore. And then when the alien assimilated dog is put in the kennel by Clark, who's the handler of the outpost. Then the dog is left alone with them. The other dogs are looking at him, immediately hostile towards him because he knows, they know.
They know.
Yeah,
no, they're like, you're not one of us.
Exactly. Yes, you just literally took the words out of my mouth.
Okay, so when he first entered in, he just sort of sat there. I was thinking, man, this dog is a great actor because he just sat there upwards, so serious faced, doing his job as an actor dog, and he really pulled that off. That Cujo moment. Because he's like, I'm just waiting for this human to leave, and I'm going to do my thing.
Oh,
and then the other dogs were just chilling and sleeping. Hi, Adrian.
Adrian's on. What's up, Adrian?
And then the alien dog, of course, was like, as soon as they were alone, because that's what he's waiting for, is he only attacks when they're alone, so that way the others can't know and kill it. Oh, yeah. And I just felt so sad for the dogs because you already know what's going to happen. And there's that one that's trying to get out of the chain or out of the fencing. And he dug a hole and I'm like, he's not going to get out in time. That scene for me is one of the most memorable scenes for me throughout the movie, even though throughout the movie, there's a lot of great monster scenes. But to me, that was the most impressionable. Because one for the dogs, because I'm a dog lover and I can't handle it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Right? If you're an animal lover, I was like, no, not my dog, not the dogs.
Dude, I have to admit, though, the effects are amazing. Once you see all those
the monster
start going out,
with how the monster attacks.
It's and this giant mouth, all these limbs. It's just it
was so awesome.
As upsetting as it is, at this point, this is when the movie really starts getting gut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And, it has so many different characteristics that it could just pop out randomly out of its body, all from the different made up of the different forms that it had assimilated. It had insect limbs, there were tendrils, there were tentacles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also there were eyes that formed, mouths that open with sharp teeth. It's
this giant mouth that opened up like a flower. It's just it's like
a Venus trap.
Like a Venus flytrap. It's like anything you thought of that was so extra, you really associate with extraterrestrial creatures or monsters. It's you had it right here. And I'm not talking, in the case, because let's be honest, this was during release, probably pretty much around the same time when the Star Wars movies were coming out, but this was nothing like what you saw in Star Wars.
Didn't they say that E.T. came out? E.T. came out 2 weeks prior to this movie, and it's can you imagine being okay, yeah, you watched E.T., you loved aliens. Okay, let's watch this new alien movie. Oh my god!
You know what's funny? I just realized this. It seems like late 70s, early 80s was a big time for alien movies because you had Star Wars, you had Alien, you had The Thing, you had E.T.
Predator.
Yeah, well, which one?
Predator.
Yep, there's another one.
And E.T.'s terrible knockoff Mac and Me.
No, I never saw that.
That's right.
And I know one other movie. I mean, this wasn't from that same era, but I'll still throw it in anyway. This was actually from the late 60s, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh, yeah.
I love that one.
And then you mentioned, and as whoever mentioned it earlier, then in the late 80s, and we had Spaceballs. So it seemed like there's all these crazy, all these alien movies, but particularly the late 70s, early 80s was where you had a lot of these alien movies that came out.
Or when it was Close Encounters, because that kind of came out. Starman.
77.
I was going to say, yeah, see, that's another one from the late 70s.
That was a big one for me for the whole alien, not invasion, but contact.
And also, I just almost forgot one more. Dodd, you like this one too. It's also a remake. Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1978.
Ooh.
Let's see. Do I have it?
I'm sure.
Why am I recalling V?
That's from the early 80s, 1983.
This is a great one.
And you know what other movie other alien movie came out? This was in the late 80s, but I'm saying this on Jeremy's behalf. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Did that come out then too?
It is an alien movie, so
it is.
They're not clowns. They're aliens that look like clowns.
They're killer clowns from outer space.
Yeah, they're aliens that look like clowns.
Wait, and it came out, and he's an alien.
It came out in 1990.
It wasn't necessarily an alien. It wasn't
in the
necessarily
80s?
an alien, but it's just an unknown being. They call it more of a paranormal force.
Yeah.
Mac and Me is at the same level as Jaws as The Revenge.
Well, Mac and Me is bad. It's just a funny kind of bad to me. Like, it's just like funny, like because of how desperate it wants to be E.T.
Yeah. Nick's got a copy of Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Nice.
Nick, you and Jeremy should be friends. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh yeah, Killer Clowns, fun movie to watch if you just like a cheesy, funny time. Yeah, but
V was a good show. Yeah, I never saw V, but I've heard a lot about it. Aren't they trying to make a new movie of V?
I heard.
Might be.
They said that they were either going to make a new film or they I don't know if it was some type of reboot or something, but I heard they're trying to bring back V.
Mm-hmm.
And Jill, as far as it goes, the remake from 2017 takes place in the 80s. So
that's why I'm getting that confused then.
Yep.
Killer Krusty the Clown from Outer Space.
Yep.
There was a reboot television show for V. Okay, that's what he was talking about.
Because seriously, the new It has the most terrifying Pennywise of all.
And it didn't end weird like the original one did. Okay.
Yeah. Just saying.
Out as a mini. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the comments.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That the way Skarsgård played that role. Like that voice. Oh man, that voice.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like we all float down there. Yes, we do.
V started out as a mini series, and they did a season, and they did a remake series.
Oh,
but I could have sworn that they were going to bring it back again. I have to look it up later.
And one big concern that the characters also had in this film was, what if the thing somehow managed to assimilate someone who would then find their way back to a civilized society away from Antarctica into the world population? Because if this thing had gotten out, oh my god, it would be the end of human civilization as we know it. It would be that creature's world. Yes.
I think they marked he did that assimilation on the computer, and it was like 27,000 hours for the population to be completely.
It's about 2 years. They said within 2 years.
Well, a little more than 3 years by my calculations.
I thought it was 2 years.
No, I just took all that, calculated, divided that by 24, and then they just then divided that. But here, I think I have that listed somewhere.
Hey, Don, Brad brought this up for you.
How good he will be in the new Crow movie. Oh, yes, I did hear that Bill Skarsgård has signed on to play Eric Draven. I'm just hoping.
They're already filmed, I believe.
It's already in production. Yeah, I'm just hoping they're extremely careful with prop guns because, as we all know, if you've seen the original Crow, we all know what the tragic accident that occurred with the original actor. Brandon Lee. Yes.
What happened?
He was killed on set from a faulty prop gun accident.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a live round.
Filming.
Yeah, there was a live round in the gun.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
How did I
Bruce Lee's
not know
son.
that before?
28 years old.
Jeez, you're younger than me.
Yeah, it's just, man, that should never have happened.
And what year was that?
1993 is when the film came out.
Oh, wow. Jeez, same year I was born. Yikes.
Yeah, it's like the movie wasn't tragic enough.
Wow.
Yeah. I just hope he does Brandon Lee proud. Yes. Agreed. Yeah. I watch that movie like every year, like on the anniversary of Brandon Lee's death to honor him. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
always
and
nice. A good way to pay the respects.
yeah, and he was about to get married too, just like his character
Oh
in
my
the movie.
God.
Just
Serious?
just like his character in the movie. He died the same way his character died in the film.
My God.
Yeah, just horrible. But oh, here, what did he say? Oh, let's not forget the critters. Oh, yeah, critters. I remember that one. Yeah.
Jeremy also make. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't
Oh no, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, I was just gonna point out what Jeremy just said. Even at the end of the movie, it's not fully definitive that the alien has been killed.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know.
Leave it hanging.
Yeah, like the explosion, like sure, like they used an explosion to kill the Blair thing. Where like I just like the design of that Blair thing, the final form that it had. Like have a Blair's face was shown while the other side had like a mouth growing out of it.
It's like a giant how can I describe it? It just had a very man, I don't know how to even really describe it. It's just really hard to describe for the most part, but it's that's very good use of effects once again. But yeah, he does make a good point because what it kind of makes me wonder, like, because this creature is literally a parasitic alien.
Yes.
It's just like a normal virus. When you think of certain viruses that we've dealt with, we've gotten rid of, like with right now with COVID and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's almost kind of based on the fact that we may have defeated this virus, but we don't know if it's actually gone completely. And that's kind of a similar way in this case with this film, that they may have destroyed the infected, but how they not know that the parasite itself is still at large. So it's like well, not necessarily you cured, but you cured the whole problem, but not the actual culprit.
Right. And this thing can be seen as a virus, but technically it's alien cells that are manifesting themselves inside of other organisms and copying their cells.
It's basically a parasite.
Assimilation.
It's taking over it.
Yes. And man, I gotta say that ending was grim, because there's only two left, McCready and Childs. So like Kurt Russell and Keith David are the only survivors. And they're suspicious of one another because both of them got separated. You don't know if if Keith David's character had come, like if Childs had come into contact with the thing and got assimilated as well. So they're like both like, they're like they're both onto each other.
They're like watching each other, observing each other, because neither one believes the other. Yes. Like, you could be it. So I'm got my eyes on you, and we're just gonna sit this out until we either die and freeze to death.
Yeah.
Or try to attack one another, because that's how you'll know which one's the alien if one of them are infected, or we'll wait until we get rescued.
That's true.
Well, the worst part is I don't think they ever are going to be rescued because they have no they're out in the middle of the Antarctica. There's no contact, from any parts of the other parts of the world that are keeping, if they did have contact, that was totally destroyed. So that entire ending is, regardless, kind of a hopeless ending. It's kind of unfortunate because whether they're infected or not, they have nowhere to go. They have no one to call. They know they're not going to be rescued. It's pretty much over for them whether they're infected or not. So they're just that's why they were taking a drink of whiskey. They don't. It's almost like saying, well, we're going to die. We're probably going to die here anyway, so might as well finish this up before we go.
Yeah, because they destroyed their the facility in order to destroy Blair thing. And so they have that fire that's surrounding them is their only source of heat until that goes out. And once that happens, there's very little to no hope for survival for either one of them.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
I was just about to say. You think, yes, they're surrounded by all this fire, but being out in the middle of Antarctica with these snowstorms blowing, that's not going to last for long. That will be put out, and then it's over for them.
Mm-hmm.
So in the movie, it's like it leaves you hanging as a cliffhanger to add more to it. So I did watch something yesterday on YouTube about what does happen afterwards, and it's like a comics that was never filmed. So it's like narrated as a comic novels, and it does pick up that they do get rescued, and it continues on. The story continues on. So it just basically continues on like how the prequel started, but then there's going to be more backstories of what happened originally in AD, things like that. So you'd have to follow along with the comic novels, but it does continue, and McReady is a main character throughout.
Oh,
so I never thought that they would ever really, continue on with it. So I never knew that they were eventually rescued.
Yeah, there is a story to it, but just never filmed.
I see. Oh, here, I wanted to get to this comment. DJ Evans C said the final battle between Archie McCready and the Thing itself was less of a showdown and more of a beatdown, but overall awesome. I agree with you on that.
Yes.
Definitely was an amazing final battle.
And I can't believe what DJ also just wrote. He has it on VHS.
Oh.
Wow. That's quite a rarity to have, since you don't really. I mean, I still got VHS tapes.
Save that.
What's that?
Save that.
Yeah, don't throw it out, and keep it in a good spot, like where it won't deteriorate.
Oh yeah, totally. And I know just about nobody in my family has VHS cassettes or like the VCRs anymore. But we do keep cassettes though. Like they're pretty much like in storage. Like they're probably going to become more valuable over time. But yeah,
there was
I've got this. For PlayStation 5 to play 4K. So
that's awesome. There was actually some movie that came out. I can't remember which movie it was, but it actually came out in 2010. I don't know what genre it was. It was a film that came out in 2010, and what was so funny about it is they actually released it both on DVD and VHS. A movie from 2010 they released on VHS. Of course, everybody ordered the DVD copies. Nobody wanted the VHS copies.
Aww.
So that's so funny that a film from that year, they actually went as far as trying to go back to the old-fashioned way.
I wanted to answer on Anthony about the water.
Right here.
It can assimilate to creatures in the sea. So it'll assimilate as a fish to continue on.
It could. A similar question to this too.
Yeah, that's what it does in the comic.
Getting in the air, like if it assimilated like a bird or something, like
it has to assimilate as a creature on the planet. Yeah.
Yep.
It's not a virus.
No.
Yeah. No, it's not a virus. It's alien cell that infests another organism and mimics it. So
right.
And it just seems to continue forever and ever, whether it's like through space, through other planets, even because it landed here from the UFO. It got stranded in Antarctica for thousands of years until it got lifted out of the ice and melted and was able to wreak havoc again.
Well, now this makes you wonder one thing, and I don't know if it's ever explained in the prequel or the comics. You have to wonder where on Earth did this creature even come from? We know it came from a UFO. It's obvious. It's shown it's from another galaxy. Like, is it from another galaxy? Is it from another planet? And more importantly, if it came from another world or whatever, are there more entities like it? Like, are there?
That's my question, right? Like, why was it the only carrier in the vessel? Where are the others?
Unless it's its last surviving species.
Yeah, unless it's one of those Superman things. Where Superman lands and the rest of his planet has been,
Speaking of which, he says we need heat vision.
Just like Superman. We need heat vision like Superman.
Yep. He's like a Superman, but the bad version.
Oh my God, I love that scene.
That's a memorable scene.
Oh my goodness. He's like giving CPR. Or not CPR.
What do you call those things?
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
The
Defibrillators, yeah.
defibrillator, yes. When Norris collapses from a apparent heart attack, and then when Copper tries to resuscitate him, like with the defibrillator, clear. And then right when he's putting his hands down a second time, his chest, Norris's chest opens up into jaws and then just completely bites off.
Ripped his arms off.
Ripped his hands off.
And then he eventually gets like consumed into it and it becomes part of the creature itself. And it comes back as this like this giant spider octopus like creature.
It has snail eyes.
Snail eye. Yeah, these big googly looking eyes. And it's just like, and I think again, that's one of the scenes I think eventually kind of inspired, what Stuart Gordon did for the movie From Beyond. It's almost similar effects if you look at it.
I can kind of see that. Yeah, and then that thing's crawling away, and then Palmer's like, "You gotta be."
No, you forgot. At first, it's the guy. He split his head off first, and then it grew these legs, and then the eyes that came out. It's just like
that's what I'm saying. When it crawled away.
Well, no, you didn't get to the part where his head started after they used the fire. Like when
it went up to the ceiling,
they used the flamethrower on him, and then eventually started splitting his head off. But it makes me wonder: did they please tell me they were only able to do that in one shot? There's no way they could have redone that.
I don't know.
It could have been that one. Yeah, that practical effects, the way the head just falls off like that. That I'm wondering if that could very well have been a one take kind of a deal.
I hope so, because that looked like it would have been way, way too hard to reshoot. That had. I'm really hoping it was, because it's like, if it was, I'm sure these guys are thinking, look, we only have one chance to do, like, just once to get through this.
That's a lot of pressure. I think they had a lot of heads.
Oh, geez.
And let's call it Venom. It's like a Venom, but I don't know. Venom's not that bad of a guy, is he?
Well, depends on which version it is, because Spider-Man 3 Venom was just all bad, but this new Venom, is like an anti-hero. He's like on the line between good and bad.
Well, it does kind of continue along. It does kind of serve as part of Spider-Man 3, but from what I've heard is Venom, kind of has almost eventually a change of heart in some way. But it's still an anti-hero in a way. So at first he was truly a villain, but then as you watch the other film itself, you can start seeing he's starting to change his view on things.
Oh yeah, Tom Hardy did a great job with that role. I will say that.
I never saw it. I just remember the trailer.
Tom Hardy. Love him.
Dog, we were talking about that earlier, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, and I kind of made fun. I actually made fun of Tom Hardy in Mad Max Fury Road when I looked at Immortan Joe, and I'm just like, oh, Tom Hardy's letting someone else play Bane in this movie.
Your DJ just said, Childs, Keith David's character was human, so maybe he was a heavy breather or something. I don't know. RJ McReady's fate. Child's fate. Well, dude, I got to say, right, guys, I don't know about you guys, but I'm liking this DJ dude because he really seems to know a lot.
Oh, yeah. He definitely seems to be very knowledgeable. Yes.
And I don't really want to spoil the character if you guys want to look into the stories after it.
Yeah, we'll look in the story after. But I should bring this up. I looked at that scene. I looked at that final scene again. Well, yeah, Nick, you're gonna be here for this.
All right,
don't miss it.
No, I was just gonna go grab something to drink.
Oh, I got you. I wanted to mention. I looked at the final scene of the thing again, and noticed that Childs. I think he still had an earring. Remember what before in the 2011 prequel, it cannot mimic non-organic material. So if Childs still had that earring, then he's still human.
Yeah, it's like your only means of defense for something like that. If there's metal involved, it can't simulate.
Yeah, so they were both. So maybe they both were human.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe they actually did win. The thing really was killed.
Maybe the creature itself. But again, you have to remember, blood could still be present, so the parasite may still be around.
I was about to say, unless all the remains of Blair thing were not completely destroying the explosion. You know, like it had all the remains had to be completely burned. What if a part that came off was still alive?
You're probably right on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these are the things you need to think of. Yeah, there's a lot that these characters should consider. But I will say this: I do like how smart a lot of these characters are. Like you always see all kinds of horror films, like a long list of horror films where characters make all kinds of stupid decisions. But here we get nothing but pure intelligence.
Yeah, you can
And they're
tell.
quick. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Joe.
They're quick to think on their feet. You know, like they're free thinkers. So it's like each of them are coming up with their ideas and theories, and then going, you know, let me speak to you privately, because I think you're just as intelligent as I am. We can figure this out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, yeah, like you said, their characters, most horror films, you get really upset with the characters because it's like, that is so stupid. You know, like I'm always yelling at the movie characters. I can't watch a watch party all the time with somebody or in a movie theater because I'm like screaming at the characters. I'm like, what are you thinking? So
Yeah, people complain about stupid characters in horror films as well as like annoying ones. Like because I remember you brought up aliens earlier. A lot of people will get annoyed with Bill Paxton's character in that.
I liked him. Yeah, I laughed at him. I wasn't annoyed by it.
Yeah, Hudson. Hudson was his name. Like a lot of people, it's like, sure, say what you want about Hudson. Like, say he was annoying and whatnot, and whiny for the rest of the film. But at least when he died, he went down fighting the xenomorphs. He died he died with the bravery of a soldier. I will say that.
He did.
Yes.
I'll be back in just a second.
okay.
All right. When you see it getting burned or whatever, still run. Yeah.
That's with anything that is against you. It's like never turn your back on something that's going to kill you or trying to kill you or you can't trust it. I think that's where people make mistakes. It's don't be naive. You know, it's like, okay, this thing, even if it looks dead, like you said, it's burnt, but obviously that doesn't kill it all the way through all the time. So you can't just assume it's fine and turn away.
Even dead hand that goes around killing people. Oh, like just like Evil Dead 2. Yeah. I'm wondering if Evil Dead, the severed hand from Evil Dead 2, like, what if that actually ended up becoming a thing from Addams Family?
Yeah. Is there a connection? I mean, there's like memes about it being like the same hand, but you know, it's like, it does make you think, like, you're like, okay, wait, where is it that I've seen in in a scene where it connects the two, you know, for sure.
Oh yeah. And yeah, so wow, like I always enjoy going back to watching The Thing during winter. You know, it's just like one of my traditions, and it turns out to be a tradition at a few people that go to the Antarctic who actually go to outposts. They actually do end up watching The Thing.
Yeah, I think if I had to be on that base for months, I'm like, okay, let's premiere what we always do every year when we come here for months, The Thing.
Oh yeah.
And then just psych ourselves up for paranoia.
Oh yeah. The explosion at the U.S. research facility was insane. Yes, that was definitely one of their best special effects that they've done in this film. They're just blowing up the base, just taking out the Thing, and just having that grim ending where
I was saying that, like, how fun was it that day when they're gonna explode the research facility? It's like, okay, you're not using my double today. I'm gonna go pull the trigger. I'm gonna make it explode because, you know, like as an actor or something, because that's got to be like the most fun days, blowing stuff up.
Oh yeah, Superman and Bizarro working together to try to stop the Thing. If only. I just remembered something. I did hear that there actually was a video game of the Thing released for the PlayStation 2. Let me look that up real quick. Let's see.
For PlayStation 2?
Yes. Wonder if that was any good. Let's see. It's got a 8.5 out of 10 stars on IGN. That's pretty good, decent. That's a fairly good rating. I should look at some game footage of that. I wonder what that was like.
Yeah, that would be
how do you
cool.
make how do you make a video game out of that? That's got me wondering.
What's going on?
Ask Nick.
Ask me
Nick.
what?
So, what would you say if I told you that they actually made a video game of the thing released on the PlayStation 2?
I knew about the video game. I just never knew when it was released, what platform it was released on.
Oh,
no,
yeah, like,
that makes me wonder. I'm looking this up. I'm gonna look it up right now. I wonder if it's on if it's available for Steam.
I doubt it, but
doesn't hurt to check.
Yeah,
is it just called the thing, or
as far as I know,
video
yes.
game on PlayStation?
Yep, as far as I know. Let's see. DJ says RJ McCready should have buried the thing right to the ground when he had the chance. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they should have like buried every bit of the thing. They shouldn't have just ran away and just hoped that that it died in the explosion. You know, because you never know if any remains. Like I said, you don't know if any remains of it had survived.
Well, I think that would have to be. I know that they were doing the best that they can to try to defeat it, but also to stay alive because they are in freezing temperatures. It's like they're also limited on what they can do physically. So they're just doing what they can do. And it's like paying in mind, like, hopefully we can get some help to kind of, I would come back and then make sure, it's completely dead or taken care of, like with other people helping you if they can get out.
Oh yeah.
So I looked it up. Yeah, you're right. It's not on Steam, although I just looked up the game itself on Wikipedia. Did you guys know that there actually was supposed to be a sequel to the game, but it never came to fruition?
Oh, there was a planned sequel that didn't come to pass, huh?
Yeah, it says here. What did it say? It says this isn't long. A sequel went into the development after the first game proved a critical and commercial success, but it was canceled when Computer Artworks went into receivership in October 2003. According to Diarmid Campbell, we had the contract in place to make the sequel, and we're pretty excited about it. We had a very cool prototype of dynamic infection, and some really imaginative thing bursts out. I particularly like the one where the person would split in half and their top half would jump to the ceiling and start swinging around like an orangutan with his intestines turned into tentacles.
However,
yeah, sounds pretty badass, if anything. However, the project never developed beyond the proof of concept stage, with Computer Artworks producing some concept art, showing locations and enemies, and 2 short demo videos, but nothing else. That's all it says. And there is no updates about, trying to get the game back up, but considering I was just about 20 years ago, I doubt they'll ever make it now.
Oh yeah, this is during an era where they try to make a lot of movies into games. Now, whether the graphics had started to improve in PlayStation 2, I remember there being Predator: Concrete Jungle. I remember that was just decent for what it was during its time.
Yeah. Jeez, Jeremy. I got to talk to you guys after the show's over. I don't want to say this publicly, but Jeremy already knows what I'm laughing about. It's kind of embarrassing. I'll tell you guys after we get off here.
Okay, yeah. When we get off the air, just let us know what it is.
It would get kind of embarrassing if it became the center of attention.
Oh my God.
No comment. No comment. I have thoughts, but I'm not commenting.
It's not what you think it is.
Okay.
Just wondering, do you feel Computer have heard horror movie?
Computer?
Have computers
what?
Have computer effects?
Jeremy.
Well, so you're like saying like the new effects, the CGI compared to like effects back in the 80s. I think so, because I would imagine if I was making the effects, I would be pretty sad about that.
Yeah, I've seen lots of terrible uses of CG because wait, what was that?
That's feedback.
From who?
What?
That sounded like that was, I don't know, it was coming from one of your sides. I know it wasn't from my side.
It's not me.
Well, it's not doing it. It's not doing it now. Whatever it was.
No, that's not me.
Jeremy, yeah, no one needs to know online.
But yeah, practical effects. Yeah, that's when like there are some instances where they don't age well, but if done right, they do age well. And same can be said for CGI. Like it can be good if done right. I've seen like lots of bad examples of like through like 90s CGI when they were just starting when they were still trying to make improvements on it. But oh man, I'm thinking back to let's see. Oh yeah, like another movie that was mentioned earlier, Spawn, the live action Spawn, that had some terrible CGI to it. Yeah, like in some scenes, especially the hell scene where you see Malbosia. Oh god,
Yeah.
he looked like a mess in that film.
Good thing I haven't seen it then.
Good. Yeah. It's like Michael J. White did do a good job as Spawn, but that's like one of the main things that has going for it.
Right.
That's
I think I just have more appreciation when I watch these older original or older versions compared to even like remakes or like sequels or anything like that. You know, the comparison, of course the sequels are going to have our new technology, new computer graphics,
yes.
but it just gives you more appreciation for the way filming used to be. So I do enjoy watching older versions just because that's what I love.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I've seen examples of where CGI was just completely unnecessary in some films. Like I hate to bring this up, Nick, but yeah, I hate to bring this up, Nick, but you obviously remember Dragon Ball Evolution, right?
Oh, damn it. I knew if I could I know about that. Yes.
In the scene where they introduced Justin Chadwin as Goku, it showed him sweating, but it was not real sweat. The sweat was CGI. Yeah, just take that in for just take that in for a second. Using CGI to create sweat.
That's ridiculous.
So stupid.
Oh, Brad, that movie doesn't exist.
If only. If only. Okay, I'm going to tell you, Brad, if I had 7 Dragon Balls, I'd wish that movie out of existence.
See, the
And
2002 video game was on, I thought it was just PlayStation 2, you said.
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess
it was
it's on
just-
others.
It's on
It's
Game
on other
Boy.
platforms.
It's on Windows.
On a Game Boy Advance. I didn't even know that.
Hang on a second.
Huh.
Hang on one second. Now he's got my curiosity. Is that
Did you ever
actually
find it on
true?
Steam?
No, I'm not looking it up on Steam this time. I'm looking it up if it's actually on Game Boy.
Man.
Oh, wait a
But,
minute. There's
yeah.
only it was never on Game Boy. I mean, there was a game that was released, but that was back in 1992. It was called Swamp Thing, but there's no
Oh, that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's different.
a completely different one.
Hmm.
And it just says
Oh,
here that it was only on the platforms was Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. It was never on GameCube.
No.
Game Boy.
No, it was not just Game Boy, but also
Oh.
GameCube too.
Okay,
Yeah,
I see.
because
Yeah.
he said
And
he said GameCube. He said GameCube in this too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And oh, Brett's saying Piccolo was even worse than the sweat. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he was.
He's right
He's-
on that.
Yeah. It's like it's like if I had to tell you every single thing that's wrong with Dragon Ball Evolution, we'd be here all night.
Oh my God, Jeremy, there's something that actually exists. Jaws meets Star Wars.
What?
What?
Is that
No.
actually real, Jeremy? Please tell me
He's,
that.
No.
he's messing with us. No.
No.
I'm
He's
sure
messing
he
with us.
is. Swamp Thing was a pretty cool story.
Yeah,
Just
I
watch
did like the
reviews
Swamp
on
Thing
it.
movie. Don, did you hear about Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion? Not yet. I didn't play much Final Fantasy. It's like the Final Fantasy VII is something I recently got into because I can stream it now. I got a PlayStation 5, but yeah, it's something I started getting into. I didn't hear about that reunion, but yeah, I guess I'll have to look into that as well. But yeah, I gotta say, Final Fantasy VII, great game by the way. I do like the remake. Cloud is awesome.
Love Swamp Thing.
Yes, yeah. Have you seen Swamp Thing, Nick?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it though.
Yeah, Wes Craven directed it, and it starred Adrian Barbeau.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was a fairly decent film.
He's talking about
Mhm.
that Dragon Ball Evolution film.
Yes,
That's what
everything
Brad-
about Dragon Ball Evolution should be burned to the ground. It's like I actually heard that there's like an online. I'm not sure if this is true or not. I heard that there's an online community that is dedicated to finding and destroying copies of that film. So I just gotta say, I just gotta tell them. If there's one thing I have to say to that community, if it does exist, if it exists, I gotta say, Godspeed, brothers.
Well, there is a movie called Alien Shark, so close enough. That's what Jeremy's
Wow.
talking about.
Alien Shark. Oh my god.
Oh,
I mean,
wow,
I
I
remember
didn't know
that there was that show that was called Alien Sharks on Shark Week, but never knew there was a movie called Alien Shark.
Man, like it's like everybody's doing. Yeah. So back to this film. I got, let's see. This came out. This film came out in 1982. That was just like shortly after he had released The Fog, another one of his good films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's also worth mentioning that the effects artist who I mentioned in this, Rob Bottin, he actually played Zombie Blake in The Fog, the original version.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, like you see him in like the final scene where it's like, Blake, I have your gold. Where the
Okay.
where the father gives the golden cross to Blake. Yeah, that was Blake. It was him.
Wow. I did not know that previously.
Yes, I heard the same thing. Oh, Anthony's heard about the online community destroying Dragon Ball Evolution. Yes.
My son and I just finished watching the thing, 82, and we're gonna pick up probably tomorrow the 2011 version together because I've seen them all, but I want to introduce him to it. So that was fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's always nice to introduce classic like The Thing to the new generation. I do applaud you for that.
I commend you. DJ,
I commend you.
Ghost Rider. That was a good movie.
Yeah, that was fairly good.
Any movie with Nicolas Cage, whether it's bad, it's always gonna be, if it's something involving him, it's gonna be something good because he's just so funny with what he does.
Yeah,
I was just watching him the other day, and what was that movie that he was in where he goes? What was that movie that he was in that he goes, put the bunny back in the box?
Oh yeah, I was just thinking
what
about
movie
that
was that?
That's his birthday gift.
I can say is that he does a fairly good. He does do his very best at being over the top in some things, especially when he has to act alongside bees.
Well, when the part in that movie in the airplane when they drop the dead body out of the plane and the body lands down, that's Fresno downtown. That's right. That's a mile for me.
That's awesome.
Oh wow, nice. Oh, so next Ulrich, he said, "Don't breathe the fog." Well, it's not the fog that kills you; it's what the undead spirit. It's the undead spirits that are in the fog that kills you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
not the fog itself.
No.
Brad says he fully supports that online community. That's for destroying the Dragon Ball film.
Yes.
Oh, what's this? Nicolas Cage was close to playing Superman.
Oh,
really?
Did
Never would
he say no?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time they tried casting like all kinds of A-listers. Like when they tried to cast Batman, the Tim Burton Batman, like one of the from 1989, the role that had went over to Michael Keaton. They had all kinds of people. They even wanted Arnold Schwarzenegger to play Batman at one point.
Wow!
And only to have him end up playing Mr. Freeze. Just please, please nobody make any ice puns, and please don't bring out the back card.
I never really had seen that film, so I don't know what I'd bring up.
Do it.
Don't see it.
Do it.
Don't.
I don't know what she's talking about, Don.
The penguins in that one?
Oh my god.
Is it the Batman with penguin in it?
No, it's not that one.
That's a different one.
No, I'm talking about Batman and Robin.
Oh.
Yeah, so please, everybody in the comments, no bad puns, and please don't bring up the back card.
You gotta be careful, Don. You know, people in the comments can't keep their promises.
It's already
Yeah,
happening.
but
I'm
do
not
you
even gonna put up that
It's
comments.
already
You asked
happening.
Oh
for
my
it.
god.
Oh my god.
When you say
Oh my
don't,
God.
they do.
Now, strangely, it's only for Batman though, not for for his
Do you notice
female
it's like
accomplice.
when you're on something, they're like, don't look there. You looked. I told you not to. Or when they go, don't look down. And the first thing they do is like, ah, I told you not to.
Oh,
Robin sucked. Yes, totally.
what's
It
this
did.
Oh,
movie?
that man sucked. Robin sucked.
This movie
The
that
Guyver?
keeps bringing up, Anthony, the
Oh,
Guyver?
the Guyver. You know what? That's actually based on a comic book. It stars Mark
Mm.
Hamill. Yeah, it was like it was a fairly decent film. I will say that. Yeah, and it has some fairly decent effects in it. So yeah, it's a long story, Nick. You'll have to see the movie for yourself. It's it really is something.
What, Nick?
Yeah,
What is it?
I can't even say it, but I'm just laughing.
Okay, you're just keeping it to yourself. No
Know what
comment.
know what Brad said.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, here. Ghost Rider writer from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was best iteration. Yes, it was. Definitely did the character justice. Yes. Yeah, I always love how I love how you can just watch that show on Disney Plus now. You know.
That's
Oh, here.
Con Air, yeah.
Here's the, yes.
No. Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Still waiting for the Batman
So-
Beyond movie.
Oh yeah, Batman Beyond. That's like the era where Bruce Wayne. Batman had retired. Terry McGinnis. Yeah, there was a teenage named Terry McGinnis who had his father got killed by a crime boss, and then Batman had taken him, like Bruce Wayne had taken him under his wing, and he ended up Terry McGinnis ended up becoming the new Batman called Batman Beyond. It takes place like in the future where Bruce Wayne is like elderly. He's like retired as Batman. So Terry McGinnis is basically the new Batman.
I remember that. That was like they did the cartoon series. I remember that series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now it just said that. I'm thinking, okay, that does sound familiar. I know exactly what I know exactly that story.
Tom Welling was retired from playing Superman in the series. Oh yeah, Smallville. Yeah, I actually did meet Lex Luthor, who from Smallville. Yeah, Michael Rosenbaum. That's his name. Great guy. Yeah, he's also WKU alumni like me. I shook hands with him. You know, great man.
Let's see. Comics after the cartoons gave a lot of info. Who's Terry really was. It was 1999.
It's spoiler. Who Terry really was? That's a spoiler, Nick. You had to watch to know.
I'm probably gonna Don. I always tell you a lot of times I'm probably gonna forget it.
Yeah, he will.
That's well, I don't forget. You know, like when you have the ability to absorb visual media like I do, you don't forget anything you see. Yeah,
you just forget what you heard.
No, I don't. Because that's the thing. People typically forget some movies over time. I don't. I remember movies that I remember movies that I've seen as a kid. Still remember them. I mean,
normally I would have to read the comics. That's what Brad's saying.
Oh yeah, I actually don't read. I never really read comics. I wasn't a very, I don't know, comic book. Superhero comics were not very popular like where I grew up. But yeah, I mean, I kind of wish I had gotten into them as a kid. But yeah,
my scary stories books are my comic books.
There you go. The only thing I have remotely close to that right now.
Oh geez, what does he got?
Show and tell time.
Is
what's that? Oh, Walking Dead. Wait a minute. I'll be right back. Hang on.
I have nothing.
Wait a minute.
I have a pretty good idea of what he's gonna bring.
Okay.
Oh
Wait for it.
yeah, here they are.
He even hit his camera, so it's a surprise.
Yeah, you got all four of them.
All right, hang on 1 second. Okay, so wait, let me put these all in order. All right, I got this. Wait, hang on. Got this one. Book
Ooh.
1. I got, you know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to center it solo
Yeah.
layout.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just show that for a fuller view. So here's book 1. Then I got book 2. Book 3. And finally, book 4.
Yep. Yeah, and so Nick has all my old copies of The Walking Dead. I gave him those when I when I was given this as a gift. I decided, yeah, you know what? I'm pretty sure he would like my 4 copies that I got. I just gave them to him.
And nice. I love them. They are seriously. What did you get those for me for Christmas, Don, or was that a birthday present?
I think it was one of the two. I'm trying to remember which one. But here, still a fan favorite is Night of the Living Dead. Yes, that's one of my favorite zombie movies. A close second to Dawn of the Dead, the original.
Did you know that they made a comic book finally for Night of the Living Dead? Did you know that?
I've heard that. Yes,
they made if you remember, Don, a few years ago, Tom McNicholas and I, we went to go see Night of the Living Dead in theaters for the 50th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Heard feedback again. Did you guys hear that?
Is it one of you? It's not me.
It's not coming from me.
It might be in my kitchen behind me.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But we went to go see the 50th anniversary of Night of the Living Dead, and they had this these interviews with George A. Romero's son, both of his sons, and apparently they made a comic book, which, by the way, to pay homage to the film, it's actually in black and white, so it's kind of cool to see a black and white comic like that. And they show like scenes from the films, but other things that you never saw in the movie. But apparently, I don't know what's going on with it because I haven't heard for it now for the last few years, but they were also trying to make a video game for Night of the Living Dead. It was actually going to be a prequel to the original film, show you how it all got started.
Oh.
But I've yet to have heard any updates about it. I think it's just such a huge game that they're working on that it's probably taking them a really long time to put together. But they're supposed to be a game coming out, and again, like this new upcoming comic in the movie, this video game is going to be in black and white.
Oh, wow, that could be interesting.
See, wow, the guy who created that series has made a lot. Oh, yeah, he sure as hell made a lot of money.
No doubt.
I heard. Oh yeah, I heard they are better than the show.
Oh yeah,
the CIA bug again.
Oh here. I have Batman Gray and White.
I'll put these away. I'll be right back.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, he's got to put them back.
You guys can continue talking.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to think about what else. Oh yeah, like the only way I could picture like the situation being any worse in the movie in the thing is if birds were able to be an indigenous species on Antarctica, because obviously that's not the case in real life. But oh my god, what if birds were able to live in Antarctica? If this thing were able to assimilate a bird and fly into other continents. Oh.
Well, there is one type of bird in Antarctica. Those are penguins.
Oh well, penguins.
I know, of course, they don't fly.
Oh yeah, but can you imagine if like a bird or something, some animal that has the ability to get away from the Antarctic and into another continent? Can you imagine?
Oh my god, it's over. It's over by then.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, the thing, and also, you know what there actually is a video game that the thing actually kind of does remind me of, and it's Dead Space, because they have this race of aliens called the necromorphs that are able to spread like through infection and like create these limbs that have blades in their hands, and like a virus that assimilates itself into creating new life forms, kind of like the thing. It makes me think of that.
Yeah.
I gotta say I love Dead Space, and I can't wait for the new remake to come out next month.
Ooh.
See, I was looking. Oh, wait here.
Here we go.
DJ just wrote. It's top 5 John Carpenter movies. Number 5, Christine from 1983. Number 4, The Fog from 1980. Number 3 for Escape from New York from
There you go.
1981. Number 2, The Thing from 1982. And I'm not surprised, number 1, Halloween from 1978.
There you go. Yeah, Halloween is my fourth favorite horror film. The Thing is my third favorite, and let's see,
It's
my
gonna be a war.
my second favorite horror film is Psycho. Number 1, Alien.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
Good ones.
oh yeah. It's yeah. I can't. What can I say? I'm a big fan of the classics.
Mm-hmm. I like your sweater, the Krampus.
Oh yeah, like I actually got this from 13th Floor, which is a haunted house walkthrough. Unfortunately, see, Don, I think we were talking originally about wanting to go. It's an awesome haunted house. The problem is they have just booted up their prices. Now, what's really cool, I will say this, what's cool about 13th Floor is it's not like some of the other haunted house walkthroughs where they usually only open for the October Halloween season. They actually have it open for also during the holiday Christmas season. So they call it Krampus night. So they decorate all Christmas style, but make it scary still. So they call it Krampus night. And then they also have opened it up for I'm sure they're going to be doing it again next year. They also have it open up for Valentine's Day. And those are the only 3 holidays that they've kept open, but there have been other requests, having it open for, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving, even 4th of July. They've gotten the request, but honestly, they just haven't pushed it. I don't know if it's because they're unable to do it or if it's because they just don't have the money for it, but we're always hoping for it. But the sad part is we didn't go this year because, like I said, they booted up their prices. Like
They always do.
I'm just trying to keep this short, but Don, you remember Greg, right?
Mhm.
Remember him?
Yep.
So I don't know if you heard this earlier back in October, but we were going to 13th Floor, which is usually out in a town of in Melrose Park. But for some reason whatsoever, they moved it to a different area. They moved it to the town of Rosemont, which, to be fair, Don, it was actually closer to Greg's area.
Yeah, in Rosemont. I know where that is.
Oh, no, I'm more telling that for Jill because she's not familiar with these towns. So, yeah, I know already, Don. But so they moved it to Rosemont, and we were going to be heading over there. And the price usually get into these haunted houses usually were just like it was about $30 to get in. Now a little bit overpriced, but it's a pretty big haunted house, so it's kind of a reasonable price. But when we get there, we asked one of the guys, basically, like one of the guards, like to ask where we could park. They said that apparently you had to pay like an extra $20 just to park. So you're basically saying like you got to pay like $50 in total for both the parking and the ticket. And Greg and I, we just looked at each other and we're like, we're not paying for this.
Yeah, that's why we were
kind of pissed off about it. And Greg, because he was the one who wanted me to come out to it. He felt really upset. I mean, he literally like very dearly apologized to me for bringing me out because he thought, I think originally, he was wasting my time. I was like, no, don't be. This wasn't your fault. I didn't know either. It took us both completely by surprise. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure it still does a great job as a haunted house, but with this extra fee, which we didn't have years prior, well, that was kind of a ripoff. And I heard a lot of people turned around once they heard about this new price. So as far as I'm concerned, for October and this Christmas season, they had it open. Had they not have this parking, they probably would have done a lot better. But when they add this parking fee, they didn't do so good from what I've heard.
Yeah, that's why you see people Ubering there now.
Yeah, that's literally what I think I saw where a lot of these people were coming from. They were being dropped off instead of parking because they were not going to be, willing to pay this additional $20. And there was nowhere for us to park. Like there were other parking lots, but either they were parking lots to, apartment buildings, like private property wise, or they were I mean, they were public areas, but those were in areas where one of those plaza parking areas that you had to park if you were going to one of these places. You just couldn't park your car right in that area so you could walk over there.
Yeah.
So it was really a ripoff, but either way, a few years ago it was awesome to get this Krampus shirt that looks like an actual sweater.
Nice. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I wish I could go to 13th floor again soon, but if it opens,
I'll let you know if it changes, Don.
if it opens up on St. Patrick's Day, I'm expecting Warwick Davis to show up somewhere.
Wow. Well, just remember about this whole extra fee thing. Oops, I did not mean to click that. Just remember about this whole fee thing because that was kind of a ripoff. I wouldn't suggest paying $50.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm reading DJ's comment.
Oh, well, that was a new comment. I thought that was one we already read.
No,
All right, so Jeremy's now also asking, okay, how many Carpenter Russell movies are there? I know of at least 4.
Oh yeah, he's worked well frequently with John Carpenter 4 times, and he also worked with, like I said, Quentin Tarantino several occasions. Yeah, most like he's done like that villain role. Like first saw him in a villain role in Death Proof. Yeah, back in 2007 when they had Grindhouse, that double feature, which showed Death Proof and Planet Terror. I love Planet Terror. It's a great one.
It's raining hard.
Was it rain? I thought I heard rain or something.
Yeah, it comes and goes, but it's been raining pretty much since yesterday, nonstop.
Is it? What temperature is it right now over there in California, Jill?
I'm gonna find out.
Because right now over here it's 24 degrees.
Oh wait, I can't say cold because I'm in California, huh? It's cold for me. It's very cold. This can't be accurate.
What?
Gavin, is it really 52 degrees? It says 52.
You sure it's not by Celsius or?
Oh my god.
No,
Celsius. It would be super hot if it was that Celsius.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess it's 52. It feels way colder, but I mean, I just got a cold, so maybe that's why I feel colder.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, here. I have an original movie poster of Friday the 13th from 1980, and it's
wow. Oh, that's
impressive.
Awesome.
Impressive.
Wow.
Did you get it signed?
Yeah, dude. Do you seriously get it signed? Yeah, like by Adrian King or Victor Miller. You know, some of the Sean Cunningham.
Imagine
Kevin Bacon.
If he did that, can you imagine how much money that would cost? That would be like,
oh man,
it kind of makes. I'm not trying to DJ. I'm not trying to tell you to give it away, but just an idea. You never know.
Oh yeah, I'm still waiting to get this right here signed by Steven Spielberg.
Or more symbiotes. How do you say that word?
Symbiotes.
Symbiote. Okay, I was right.
Symbiotes.
Symbiotes. Okay.
52. That's
shorter in sandals weather. He's kind of got a point there.
I'm in sweats, but my house is cold.
Oh yeah.
What's the temperature in here? It's like 60 something in the house.
Mm-hmm. Brad's agreeing with it.
Yeah. So to sum this up, The Thing is a true sci-fi horror classic. It's an amazing remake. One of the best remakes of all time. It is worth seeing if you love movies. And I just enjoy going back to it time and time again. It's has amazing effects, great characters. It's one of the most memorable films from John Carpenter.
It never gets old. It just does it.
No.
It's just another one of those movies out there that was kind of ahead of its time, especially again with the effects that they used and the cinematography and just about everything. And yes, Jeremy also brings up memorable death scenes.
Memorable. I mean, like some of those, they don't repeat anything really. Every one of the monster transformations are different in its own ways.
Oh yeah, and I should mention. I'm surprised we didn't mention this before. I should mention the scene where they were doing the test, like putting this hot needle inside of the blood.
Yeah.
Each person's
blood.
Yeah. And then it seems like everything's normal except right for when you get to Palmer's blood, it jumps. Like
yes, it screeched. It's like
jump scare.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
and then all of a sudden he starts transforming, and it just seems like this is kind of a famous line. Whoever it was, he's like, so and so, blast him.
Yeah, Windows blast him.
Widow, yeah, that's the one. And it just
Windows.
there's
And then-
something so memorable about that line.
Yeah, and then but then Windows's flamethrower doesn't work, and so
Right.
he ends up getting killed, and so yeah,
Ugh.
McCready ends up burning both of them.
You know, I have to I have to bring this up because this is a parody of the thing. You know what else this movie inspired a parody of, right, Don? When
Parody.
South Park did an episode.
South Park,
when
yes,
South
I
Park did an
remember.
episode.
Yes.
When Carpenter
Yes.
was accusing everyone that
Oh, yeah.
someone was
I
really
can't
bad.
believe.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know the South Park game, the South Park: The Stick of Truth. They actually do have. There actually is a room in that school. You go into it, and it has that stuff from that episode still there. That's the petri dishes of everybody.
Why
It's
didn't
there.
you show that to me when you were playing that?
It's there in the game. I thought I did.
Well, wait, maybe you
Hmm.
did. Stick of Truth was such a long game, and you haven't finished that other South Park game that we need to finish up.
The fractured butthole. Yes.
But
Are
yeah,
you
that
guys-
was
Are you guys
Sorry, what, Jill?
podcasting? Are you podcasting or streaming live when you're playing the games, or not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I want to figure out, like, my PlayStation 5 I learned can live stream from the console itself. I just have to have my YouTube account like linked to
Sync
it.
up. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I want to sync that up because I want to do gaming videos again. It's been a long time since I've attempted
That would
it.
be
But,
fun. I mean,
yeah,
I'll
I
watch you guys. I won't play, but
I want to
So
try it again
do
because
Twitch.
I just got Resident Evil 2 on there. I've got let's see, God of War. I've got man,
Yes.
there's so much I can do with it.
I'm sorry. I'm reading this
yeah,
comment
sorry,
and
this
I'm
is another
agreeing.
Twitch viewer. We got another Twitch viewer watching.
Oh,
This was mentioned in its chapter 2. They did a thing nod as Pennywise turned head into. Even Bill Hader reacted. Okay, I didn't see. I haven't seen chapter 2, so
I remember that. Effect.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know, they do that a lot. I think it's like we were saying earlier, this film does do a lot of scenes that become inspirational to a lot of sci-fi that come after.
Oh yeah.
Scene wise, like with the spider head thingy, it was like an inspiration to so many things that ended up looking similar to that.
Oh, there, DJ saying Halloween Kills is the first Halloween movie in the franchise that I actually saw in theaters, and I was terrified as hell. I saw Halloween 2018 with my my now ex-girlfriend in theaters. That was the first Halloween movie I saw in theaters, and that was a great experience as well. So
Brad makes a good point here, by the way. When it comes to games, we still got to play Phasmophobia. Like I said, I have that game. It's a multiplayer game.
I'll have to consider it. Yeah.
It's you can get it on Steam.
The thing is the best and will live forever. Yes. very true.
Yes.
And Jeremy also says he was semi-regular on his game stream now because he has something called J. Damn it, I keep forgetting the name of it. It's either JY or JE York game
J.
streaming on Twitch.
York.
Yeah.
I think.
Right. Okay.
It's like, oh yeah, okay, Brad says it's like
Oh, it's on
$15 on Steam, so it's
I see.
pretty cheap to purchase.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna-
JE.
JE
I'm-
York
I-
games. Okay,
yeah.
I was right the second time.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to link my YouTube to Steam. That too. But,
We're like I said, we are trying to get something going. If I'm correct, Jeremy, we are trying to get something going for this network when it comes to game. You know what, Jill, I'm gonna have to send you because I did game streaming for a little while. I was playing the game Doom 3. I did a couple videos about a year or so ago, and it was actually my first attempt to have my own show. It wasn't on the network, but it was my first attempt.
Neat.
And I actually do a really cool effect that you got to check out with what I do when I play these games.
Yeah, send me
Yes.
the link.
and also I should mention I also on my PlayStation 5 been playing GTA Online and it's amazing. Yeah, the PlayStation 5 quality is amazing.
Brad, what's your Steam? Because I'm on Steam right now. He's asking about the Steam name. TikTok today, but had some nice interactions. Oh, okay, so Halloween Ends should have ended with Halloween Kills.
What a waste of a
Oh.
precious game. Oh, spoiler.
Okay.
Haven't created a Steam account. Yo, Jeremy, once you create your Steam account, because Don, you have one too.
Yeah.
Don and I will add you. Jill, you should get a Steam.
My son has a Steam.
At a place. Oh, nice. There we go. Nice, all right.
Right, Gavin?
Sounds good, Brad. Clarissa also has a Steam too, who does the Unveil Paranormal.
Yeah.
And Brad just sent me his code. Thanks, Brad.
I bet
I'm not gonna say
we're
it
at a place.
on camera.
At a place.
You send me the code and I'll give it to my son and we can see how that goes.
Oh, here, I
The
got it.
Steam engine machine. Nix has got us. Oh my goodness.
Oh, here we go.
Don, I think we're
Sweet.
going to be adding some new Steam players onto this. We're already building
right.
something for a possible gameplay. Keep it up, guys.
Yes.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, this has
is
been awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. This has just been an awesome episode, guys.
It has been, and I never think. See, we're all talking about the thing, and now all of a sudden we're getting everybody who wants to connect with us with Steam. I did not see this go this direction.
Wow, yeah, this
What
is
the hell
great.
is this?
Loving this.
Best Frankenstein movie or actor?
He spoke about Frankenstein earlier.
Oh, I must have
He
missed
did.
it. Oh, Don, you may want to get Phasmophobia sooner. It looks like it's on sale. It's $11.19.
Oh, it must be one of those holiday sales.
Yeah, I get it while it's on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Because they call it Steam because one day that is how we will be powering the internet. Well, you never know.
Back to it.
Oh, Jeremy brought up another announcer. This is what I was going to bring up right before we got off. Supernatural Talk. Yeah, this upcoming Thursday, we're going to be having a New Year's Eve party. And officially, I'll say this on Jeremy's behalf, the 13th Dimension officially returns this Friday.
Yay!
With its own New Year's party. Open to everyone who wants to come in.
How exciting!
You know, as always, for someone who helped out, maybe I'll stop on for a few minutes, but we'll see what it looks. Yeah, if I do, Jeremy, if I do decide to come on, it would only be for a few minutes because I do have one other Christmas party of my mom's side of the family.
He's gonna be partying it up.
No, Brad, that is definitely not happening. No. It'll be 12 hours long. That is definitely not happening. Oh, wait. Oh, this guy right here from Twitch. New to this, what is Supernatural? Okay, so I don't know how to say his name. So, in case you didn't know this, we're part of a network that's called the Things Network. It's a paranormal network. We broadcast shows just about every day of the week. Obviously, what you're watching right now is FearFans. Supernatural Talk is a show that we broadcast. I don't know if you're Eastern, Central, Mountain, or what was that other time zone?
Pacific.
Thank you. Yeah. I know I should get
represent.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh, you're Eastern. Okay, so it's Supernatural Talk. See, I'm from my area because I'm in the Chicago, Illinois area. It's 7:00 Central Time, so that will be 8 p.m. Eastern Time for your area. And yeah, this show broadcasts is 8:30 our time. This week 8:30 our time, 9:30 our time. Yeah, no, I see. I'm always having trouble trying to figure out all these time zones. But guys, looks like we got a new fan joining. It's awesome to see someone on Twitch.
Supernatural Talks on Thursday and is at 7.
Yeah, 7. I said 7 p.m. Central Time, so it would be 8 p.m. His. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl.
Eastern is 8 p.m.
Yeah, it would be 8 p.m. his time.
Oh, nice.
And do you want to check out? Yeah, hang on one second. I'll post a link right now so he could.
Yeah, I was about to say post the link. Yeah, I was about to say post the link there.
Oh wait, I don't have
Nick's on that one, so you'll see a familiar face.
Oh, it's okay. It's a guy. Okay, always has been. See, okay, so Jeremy just wrote this down. Reverend Shaw Winnington's Paranormal Ministry, FearFans, Marks on Wrestling, which is one of our newest shows on Supernatural Talk 13th Dimension will be airing on the Twitch channel for Things Network. So, Mr. I cannot say his name. Dez.
Mr. D's.
Mr.
D's.
D's. Okay, I'm just going to say this. We'll call him Mr. D's for now. Just look up Things Network on the Twitch channel because we got, and if you can't find us there, obviously we're also on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and we just recently got added to LinkedIn, and we'll eventually be on, I believe, on TikTok soon and Rumble.
Yep.
So I didn't mean to take everything from the show, Don. As someone who's actually a staff member,
No, you're fine. No worries. Hey, you're fine.
Oh, okay, we got it right too, guys. Mr. D's, the initial. Well, Mr. D's, not only do we welcome you to tune into, we definitely welcome you to tune into FearFans. We certainly appreciate you checking out our channel. So we welcome you.
Oh yeah, FearFans is every Tuesday at 8:30 Central Time.
The D is
also a Don.
Oh, fellow Don. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really, he's really Don.
And Mr. D's, I should probably just bring this up too. I also have a show of my own that I do on Wednesdays at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm not doing it this week because I'm on vacation right now, but I'm going to hopefully be back next week or so. It's a show that's called The Nick Files, where I do presentations of paranormal and historical locations and events. I'm going to start expanding eventually to cryptozoology, demonology, ufology, even serial killers. And, we're kind of all over the place.
When is that back? In January?
With Nick Files?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to look I know not this week, because I know already there's with me being on vacation. I just have not been able to have enough time to really put any presentations together. And again, with me being on vacation, I just really need this well-deserved rest. Don Everett Smith Jr. Oh, wow. He's a true crime horror writer. That's awesome.
Maybe we can have him on screen sometime on Supernatural Talk.
Yes. Oh my God.
Connect
with him. I'm liking this already. This is awesome.
That's great.
Nice to meet you, Don Everett.
Welcome.
Welcome to our network.
Jeremy's going to hop in the green room for a second. So he's going to post links for you, Don Everett.
All right.
I'm saying that now so I don't confuse you with your name, Don.
Catch the links there.
And I can't say Don E either because his name also starts with E.
There you go.
Yeah, it would sound like Donnie.
Yeah, Don E. Yeah.
Don E.
Oh, wow. He's like this Don here. Don Everett's liking this already. This is awesome.
Great. Yeah,
I just give yep. Thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah.
He's posting the Facebook link. I don't know if he's going to post a few of the other links up. Yep, here's for LinkedIn.
Oh, here we go. Man, we got a lot of links.
It's because when you're posting your own comment in the chat, it's going to all the platforms. Here's for Rumble. Oh, Don, he's tend to be good looking. Here's TikTok's links.
Oh, okay.
Here, keep him. Give him another minute or so. He's gonna. Yep. Here's the Twitch link. Here's the. If you can't see it, Don Everett. Here it is for Twitch.
All right.
Oh, you liked it. Oh, you liked it already on Facebook. Okay, great.
All right. Hey, great. Cool.
And finally, I think this might be the last one for Twitter.
Twitter.
Definitely our pleasure.
You're welcome. Very welcome.
Yeah, definitely. Not only just check out this show, make sure to check out all the other shows too on this network. There's you're gonna see a lot. You're gonna see a lot of interesting stuff, and
there's new ones coming.
Yeah, this one here is Vimeo, but we don't know if we're gonna stay on Vimeo, unfortunately, because it just doesn't seem to work on Vimeo.
Oh yeah. Oh here. One couple questions I want to answer before we end the podcast. Before the end of the episode. Favorite horror movie from Asia or European country? Favorite in Asia, my favorite horror film, it would be Gojira, the original Godzilla film. And as far as favorite horror film in a European country,
right?
Here. Wreck.
Yes, I knew you were going to pull that one out.
This is scary as hell from beginning to end.
Our pleasure, Don Everett. And Don Everett, I'll send you. I'll see if I could try to send you a link.
Yeah.
But we just recently had our 1 year anniversary, so we've been here now for an entire year. So if there's some way I can contact you, I'll send you the link of our 1 year anniversary.
All right, nice.
Does England count for Europe? Anything? Well, yeah. I mean, England is part of Europe.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, here. What degrees do you keep your house at?
What's that supposed to mean?
I guess
temperature.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was when we were talking about the temperatures.
Yeah. When I'm away from the house, I try to keep it around like in the low 60s. Just so that I'm maintaining the power well. Yeah.
Low 60s.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I'm not in the house, if I'm home, then I'm
okay. I'm like, wow. How are you staying warm?
No. That's when I'm out of the house. That way, I'm not wasting power. Because I don't want this place. I don't want this place heated when nobody's here. So
what is it set now?
72.
That's a nice one.
Probably about the same for us.
Mine's about 70, but it usually goes down to 68 when I'm asleep.
Oh my God!
Oh, here,
Brad. Don't forget for the Nick Files to show on the wait. I just gotta see this one on the disappearance of Brad, the nice person.
Oh Jesus,
Brad!
Oh my God!
Change your name, Brad. Go to witness protection.
Adrian was here earlier. She's already hunting you down.
Leave the state. Change your name.
Fine. Start a new life somewhere else.
Yes. Here.
I like The Grudge.
Here. DJ's saying
The Grudge. I like The Grudge for Japanese.
Oh, nice.
You got to do the one about The Grudge too.
We should. Yes. Oh, here. DJ said it's been a lot of fun talking about the thing from 1982 and other things as well. I gotta go. I will see you guys next time in Fear Fans, and Happy New Year's. Yes.
Happy New Year's.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yes. Happy New Year's to you too, my friend.
Can't wait to see. Hopefully you'll tune in again for next week, and make sure to also check out the rest of the Things Network. And let me just see. I was going to say one other thing of what I just want to point one final thing out for Don Everett, because when he was asking this question too, Don Everett, also another thing that should be noted, if you check out some of our shows that we have during the day, we actually do have a few paranormal shows from the UK that do broadcasts on this network. Of course, funny enough, I actually do one of them, two of them myself. It's called Criminals and Villains, which is on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Central Time, which is more involving serial killers. I talk with investigator named Lois, who's from Scotland, and we just recently had Rosie Page from Oklahoma recently joined our show. And then I also do a show called The Frighteners on Friday, which it's just a fun show to be a part of. So definitely also check out our European UK shows. And also we just recently had a brand new show that has been added that's from the Netherlands. So when it comes to stuff involving Europe, we got it here too on this network.
Yep, for sure. Oh, our next Ulrich says, what is your next Fear Fans podcast?
Let me guess.
Next episode is something that the next episode is something that a lot of people have been requesting, and it is the 1988 remake of The Blob.
I knew.
I was going to say that. I was like, The Blob.
I'm already going to see that you're going to be joining this one too, right, Jill?
The Blob.
Yeah, I figured you'd be back.
I think Jeremy wanted to be on something with it.
Yeah, he was.
Was it The Blob?
Yeah. I think he said he was going to be on that one.
Yeah, Jeremy, were you going to be in the next episode if we go over The Blob?
Don Everett, no, it's just me and a few. There's another network that I'm also a part of. It doesn't broadcast here on this network, but it's another network I'm a part of. It's called the Simply Spooky Network, which is operated by investigators from England, Ireland, and Scotland. And they've been nice enough to, my show, Nick Files, also broadcasts on that network. Mm-hmm. So they've been nice to include me as part of their network. And it's just more of a fun show. We joke around. We do talk paranormal stuff, but there's other times that, they go a little bit more with the language. I'll say it that way. So yeah, that's just it's just a fun show. And we're just only on for an hour for that one.
Mm.
Oh my
Jeremy,
God.
no
Brad.
excuses.
Oh, Brad, you always got to make
my ex.
always got to make it about your ex. Always.
I got a better idea. There should be a remake about him going into witness protection.
Okay.
It's going to be on for today for the thing. I'm sick with a cold. Oh, yikes.
I'm sick with the cold, but here I am.
I was sick with COVID when we did the American Werewolf in London episode back in way back in September.
Yeah, that's right.
If you guys remember in early November, late November, early December, I was just so sick that I just couldn't get out of bed, so I couldn't do the show that week.
That week, yeah.
Molly's in the podcast. Yes, we know you're.
Oh yeah,
we know you're in the podcast all the time,
and I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, Link's all right. Come on,
love having you, Nick.
What's that?
Love having you, Nick, on our show.
Yes.
On the comments.
Hi, Brad.
I'm
just sick in the head. Oh.
Well, yeah, of course he is.
Here, get this. I agree with Brad.
Oh my God, Jill! Now look what you've done.
I agree with Brad. You are sick in the head, Brad.
Oh boy!
True story. I am laid out with a sinus infection. Oh well, I hope
you feel better, Don Everett.
Yeah, I was about to say. Get plenty of rest. Take your take whatever cold medicine you need. I'm hoping that gets better because I know how bad sinus. I've had bad sinus infections in my past, so I know how that is, man. So hope you get better soon.
Let's see here.
Hey, Mercedes, thank you for following us.
That's got to be Jeremy.
Yep, that's Jeremy.
Oh yeah. So,
Nick, a new audio bite to add it now, Nick.
Don't cut out the part that I quoted you.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna end this episode here, Nick. So yeah. So thank you everybody for joining in on this podcast. This has been a very fun episode. Focusing on one of my favorite movies, and of course, interacting with my viewers, through this chat. This has just been great. So
definitely, and I'm just gonna grab one thing just before we go because everyone's saying Happy New Year.
Okay.
I can hear.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for tuning in, and most importantly, happy. Sorry, it's been a while since I've worn this. Happy New Year's to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. And it's been a great year, much better year than the past couple ones for obvious reasons. But so thank God. Thank God things are finally getting better. As we move on to the next year, we're gonna kick things off with, like I said, the Blob remake. So be sure to tune in. Yep, our first episode in 2023. Yeah. First episode in 2023. So be sure to tune in in Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Can't wait to see you all there. So thank you guys for watching. Then see you next time. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everyone. Bye.